What's going on? Good to see everybody again. It's your boy, LOZA, and we're gonna be looking at some Dark Magician profiles. You can probably see my screen and see I've been looking for some Dark Magician profiles for the past, I don't know, hour or so while I've been watching some Dragon Ball Super, and I decided I'm gonna bring back a bit of the roasting series. Now I know, with all due respect, Anaconda is gone. And it's kind of hard to assess whether a DM deck is good anymore because, well, it was quite simple before. Were you playing Anaconda Dragoon? If so, good job. If not, well, your deck's bad. Now it's a little bit more intricate to assess Dark Magician, and I think Master Duel profiles being everywhere makes it hard to find profiles, and Master Duel definitely pollutes the Dark Magician name. The deck doesn't function well in Master Duel with no Dragoon, and it really feels like a shell of its former self. Not to mention in the TCG, Dragoon pretty much does close to nothing now and doesn't really facilitate any game wins without the support of other cards as well. It doesn't really win on its own like it used to. In saying that, I think today we're going to find some fun Dark Magician profiles to make a bit of fun of, have a bit of a laugh, and then at the end of the day we can all cry because, well, we know Dark Magician's bad. Now, as you can see, going through here, there's a lot of good Dark Magician players like Matchy. There's players like Godsmith the Chaos. Team Sam comes up. Look at them all. There's some great DM players, and I think ultimately that's what I wanted when I started the roasting series. A lot of people thought it was a bit toxic and negative. It was about DM YouTubers uploading content for free views because, you know, anything DM Blue Eyes gets clicks. Now, I really feel like a lot of the Dark Magician content is genuinely decent. And we've got so many talented Dark Magician YouTubers now and people who lab the deck that it really does feel like the quality of Dark Magician on YouTube has been raised. And I'm not saying that's just because of me, but I do like to think I had some impact on that. Whether or not I had to do it through the roasting series or just by making my own content, I'm not sure, but I'm glad there seems to just be a better level of Dark Magician content on YouTube. Even though the deck is way past its prime as Anaconda's gone, the quality and the content creators are now here. King Marty as well, Boyan, lots of Ray Plays Games, lots of good like Master Duel content creators. Unfortunately, as I said, Master Duel profiles are hard to assess, so we're not going to look at them. But if you find any more, please put them in the DM Discord. But you can see I've got a bunch of tabs up the top. We're going to have a bit of fun today. Get yourself a drink, get yourself some popcorn. Let's watch some profiles, and you can tell me if the audio mix is good. And yeah, anyone in the chat, Fern and Harry Senpai, get keen to be in the next roasting video because I'll, of course, be clipping these to make the latest Dark Magician Roast series videos, which you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you'd know we haven't uploaded a roast series really in a long time, and yeah, I don't know, maybe it's time to bring them back. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, and now that some people are joining the stream, I'm just going to pop it over to Facebook and Discord, and then we'll get straight into it. Have a look at the first video. It is a repeating offender of the Dark Magician roasting series. It is Kira Twig. Kira Twig 2 to be more specific. And yeah, Kira Twig 2 has been on the roasting series for a while. And, well, amongst my...
Try Hungry Jack's.
Sorry about that. Amongst my locals friend group, it has kind of been a joke that we watch Kira Twig profiles together because, well, they're not very good. I'm okay with people uploading content and all that stuff, obviously, but like, I don't know. I feel like you gotta brand it as casual or competitive. And I feel like a lot of the DM uploaders have taken a lot of free views by not announcing whether it's either, and then kicking up a stink if you call it one or the other, you know, have a bit of a sook in the comments. So I don't know, I feel like labels really help just announce to the world, hey, this is a casual profile, like, so don't expect it to be amazing, or hey, it's a competitive profile, so hey, be critical, or you know, I don't know, that would help a lot. But even within those realms, people like competitive profile, and it's like, so 3 DMG, and you're like, well then, don't quite know they know what they're talking about. But anyway, I think that label definitely helps for a start. And for some reason, a lot of casuals are very scared of labeling their work that way. I'm not going to mention any DM YouTuber or YouTubers, and they're not a DM YouTuber. There's the YouTuber who's very upset with me for roasting some of their profiles. like, why are they upset? Because they don't brand their content as casual, yet it clearly is. So it's like, all I'm really doing is ripping a deck for being not competitive, and you know what? That's just a fact at the end of the day. Alright, I'm just posting the link in Facebook. Then I think we're good to go. But yeah, does anyone have any thoughts on what I've just shared? $12K views in 3 months. That's more than my Dark Magician profiles get, by the way. For starters, I know they have a lot more subscribers than me, but gonna put that out there for a start. 12K views on this profile. That's more than like one I uploaded 3 months ago, for example. Which is a little bit depressing when you think this profile is probably going to be complete ass. I looked at a Twig Dark Magician profile from 2016. I had this exact same layout, same deck. Same mat. So they've had this mat for what, nearly 10 years, 9 years. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I guess it's time we get into the video. What's going on, Malcolm? We all know that the archetype certainly got nuked. Well, yes. Dark Magician is forever. This is facts. This is facts. Alright. Have you got your drinks? I hope so. Let's maximize the video. And away we go. This is, of course, Twig's 2023 December, which is pretty much 2024 Dark Magician profile. Nothing's really going to change, really. Except for, I guess, some text for the format. Let's go. Tell me if the audio is good or bad.
Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all an update to my Dark Magician Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for December 2023. Always love updating the Dark Magician deck, being an anime favorite. I know a lot of people who are fans of this deck, and definitely do rival it with the Witch's favorite, the Dark Magician, or the Blue Eyes White Dragon from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. I'm definitely conflicted on this debate as well. Maybe I lean a little more toward Dark Magician. I always would get the Yu-Gi starter decks over the Kaiba ones whenever I would see the new ones come out in store, but still happy with the deck profile. So we'll go ahead and start off with the main deck monsters. Our go-to boss monster is...
Okay, it's kind of crazy at this point that we still have to say 3DM is absolutely abysmal. Even in my ref profiles where there's 2DM, 2 red eyes, that is more beneficial than 3DM. And you might be thinking, how can 4 bricks be better than 2? My bricks are engine requirements that enable Red Eyes Insight and Red Eyes Fusion to be 6 cards that are Dragoon and DM Engrave. With a card at 6 that is that powerful, I am going to open it up. I think it's about 60 or 58% of games. At least one copy am I opening here. I think it's about that. We can check that math right now on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Probability count. Now, of course, the bricks, there's 4 bricks, so there's a chance of opening the brick too. But there is also Illusion of Chaos, which can put it back. But without further ado, let's just say 3 ref, 3 insight. So 6 copies. As I said, 58%, I was a bit off. 57.7% of opening 1 copy of ref or insight. That means close to 6 out of 10 of your games, you're going to be seeing ref or insight in your opening hand. As opposed to the 2 DM, 2 red eyes. Down at 4 and 4. 40% chance you're going to open up one of them. Opening 1's okay, because you do have other plays like secrets. If you're playing Tamias, there's that. But don't forget that Illusion of Chaos can also help you put one of those back if, you know, it's really, really bad. But ultimately, we're playing immediately 3 DM here, right? And that's going to give us that whopping 33%. Pardon me, which doesn't sound that bad, but I'm going to assume there's a DMG here too, so we can pretty much say... Pardon me once again. We can pretty much say he's going to be on this ratio, which is the same ratio of bricks the Red Eyes DM builds I play, except my bricks enable 6 cards to be amazing. These bricks enable, what, Dark Magicians to summon DM and DMG and a potential Soul Servant draw 2. It's not as good. Not as good. He likes Kaon, that should tell you. I don't know what Kaon is, but I guess that's what the mat is. And you know what? He's had the same mat, as I said, for like 8 years, so fair. 3DM is bad. It's crazy we still have to discuss it, but yeah.
The Dark Magician with 2,500 attack and 2,100 defense. This is definitely my favorite art for the Dark Magician. I always love this one since the first starter deck and Yugi's anime art. So 3 in this card just so you have an access to your main go-to boss monster, whether it be for your fusion plays, your Xyz plays, or just summoning out this monster to then use with your many different Dark Magician spells. You have all of this with this 3 of in the deck. Also running 3.
Okay. He's not really a boss monster, let's be real. He's more of an engine requirement, as I mentioned earlier, along with Red Eyes. DM obviously is the center of the deck, but it's still more of an engine requirement. 2 is definitely the way. Anyway, anyone who tries to validate 3 by coping with knives and dark magic attack, what are they on about?
Copies of Illusion of Chaos. This card was actually reprinted recently in...
It's interesting because I always say 2, but you know what? I can see the argument for 3. Like, I'm not gonna roast people so hard for 3. You know, this card's still very good. It sucks when you have more than one and you're just like, wow, what do I do with it? But that's the nature of a Rhoda card that stays in your hand. But anyway, 2 to 3 of this is good. That's fine. Let's skip ahead.
2023 Megatin. So it definitely did help with the overall ease of getting this card for the cards that have it in its name, or souls, which we run 3 copies of. You can send up to 2 spell or trap cards from your hand and or field to the graveyard.
Amazing, 3 souls. I just want to pause here to look at the comments, because this is the state. This is December 2023, right? This isn't that long ago, guys. This is 4 months ago. Okay, this is a valid comment. But this is the weird part. Dark Magician loses to a single Bestial on its own turn. The deck has never been worse than it is now. Snake Eyes Ash came out, along with the other Snake Eyes cards, over 6 months ago. Who the hell is main decking a Bestial? Like, this guy just outed that he's playing, like, a pass format or Master Duel. Like, this is not a TCG comment. No one is playing Bestials in the TCG, and hasn't since branded tier format, right? Like, this comment is so stuck in the past. I think it really shows the audience of this video, or this channel. And I'm not trying to, once again, shit on casuals. I'm just saying, it's not really what we're aiming for here, right? Like, this guy's talking about a competitive format 8 months late. Like, oh, we lose to a Bestial. My guy, no one is playing him. If you're versus someone playing a Bestial, where are you playing? I don't know. And then this comment's wild. That's why you play Ghost Spell. Yeah. In DM, go and play a inferior hand trap just because you lose to a Bestial. Maybe just play Ref, guys. Maybe just play Ref. It doesn't lose to a Bestial or Ghost. Or like, okay, it loses to Ash, but nothing else, right? Okay. This comment is still absurd to me. 3 months ago, Magician Souls is absurdly difficult to get. I guess he didn't say expensive. But then someone's like, I think they mean it's expensive. Julifer literally replies saying, what do you mean? Julifer is trying to give out Magician Souls because he's kind of based like that. And then this guy's like, I think they mean it's expensive. Ectsy Proxy 10 for a playset. What? Like, okay, I'm going to bring up the market. This is in American dollars. I obviously live in Australia, so there's probably around 30 to 40-ish around where I am. This is still the cheapest Magician Souls has been. I understand it's sold out, but I'm sure you can get them locally or from like your local Facebook groups, eBay. You know, there's ways to get it, and maybe eBay will be a little bit more expensive. But Magician Souls is the cheapest it's ever been in a deck that doesn't really facilitate its effect very well. I think every other deck around us uses this card better than us. That's just the sad truth. Obviously, this card's good in DM, but I think it's just better. It's like Spiral, hello. But anyway, I digress. This card is the cheapest it will ever be. I don't know what more to say. It might get another reprint. It's had 2. If you don't have your copies by now and you play DM, I'm sorry, but I don't know, get a second job if you don't have enough money. Like, now we're just roasting people's income, which feels really bad. But I just don't understand people still saying this card's too expensive. Like, I see the crap people play in their deck. You can sell some of that crap and get yourself a good card, or 2 or 3. But hey, maybe we'll do a Magician Souls giveaway at some point, because goddamn, people need them. DM players need them. Anyway, and yeah, if you can't afford Magician Souls, play Master Duel, maybe, because that is a pretty free-to-play game. Anyway, I don't know, it's just, I understand Magician Souls on release was like $100, and that was stupid. I understand when people were like, I don't want to play it, I don't want to buy it. I was like, I get you, wait till it gets reprinted. It's had 2 reprints now, and yes, it is still $30 to $40-ish in Australian, probably 25 in American. That's probably the most respectable. Like, we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! We're not talking about Pokemon or Digimon or a respectable card game with respectable prices. We're talking about a card game where the secondary market is very inflated. Like, that is a good price for Yu-Gi-Oh! I will say that. For other card games, probably not. But for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a pretty good price. Like, get your Magician Souls, guys. Oh, it's also going to be available in Rarity Collection too. There you go. So, I mean, you can also just wait for that. Anyway, I thought I'd just get into that little.
You can send one level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard to activate one of these effects.
I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to hear about how Magician Souls works. So let's just skip to where he plays Rod. 3 Rod. Okay, that's cool. I don't think we need to talk about Rod. It's interesting to hear what they say though, but we might just skip. Oh, actually, he's going to talk about Circle. Let's skip to what he says about Rod.
3 copies of Magician's Rod. With this card, when it's normal summon, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand. That specifically lists the Dark Magician and its text. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap card or effect while this card's in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you contribute a spellcaster to add this card to your hand, giving you recycle power to then normal summon out Magician's Rod again. But being able to search out the particular spells means that you can just continue your searches by then adding cards like Dark Magical Circle to your hand, and then using that card to track more cards, and then also have the banish play whenever you summon a Dark Magician set up on the.
Okay, it's a little depressing that we're still saying, oh yeah, Rod gets you Circle. Okay, Rod should get you Circle if you have Soul Servant. I still stand by the best search off Rod is Soul Servant. Because it doesn't matter what happens in the rest of the turn, your Soul Servant is always going to do the exact same thing your Circle would. It's just going to get you 1 card, and that's it. And like, it has a higher ceiling than Circle. You could argue that Circle can add a card without DM engrave or DMG engrave, but Soul Servant, you're adding it because you have something to extend when you have the Magician Souls. I think Rod should pretty much always search. Best search off Rod is Curtain. That's base, Terry. Rod should pretty much always search Soul Servant, in my opinion. There are times when you want to search the Circle, though. Normally going second. Normally if you already have the other pieces. But Soul Servant should probably, if you have nothing, if you just have Rod and Souls, no DM cards in hand, you normally want to grab Soul Servant. And there's a number of reasons we've been over this. Because if your opponent does hand trap you on the other stuff you try to do, or you get Bistilled in your DM and shit like that, you can at least link away that Rod into Artemis, set the Soul Servant, and know on your opponent's turn you can flip Soul Servant, stack Illusion of Chaos for next turn, and then tribute your Artemis, grabbing Rod back from grave to your hand. It is a very simple play, and I don't know what else to say. That's the go-to play I've found in the deck. It's crazy people still don't do that. I understand adding Circle and just going, oh, I hope Circle adds a card. I don't think it's very good unless you've already got the Soul Servant. But anyway. Yeah, exactly. Soul Servant can go into Mahad, which can go into Chaos Angel. Soul Servant can just go into better plays in general, right? It's just a better card. Soul Servant can literally add you Rod as well. If you open up Soul Servant and Magician Souls, of course, Magician Souls can help you get to Illusion of Chaos, Rod, etc., etc. Anyway, let's get back to it. Soul Servant is the best DM spell, by the way. But let's get back to it.
Field ready to go. For the last of the 3 ups, 3 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. I always went back and forth between how many of this card I wanted to run in the deck. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding one card. If it's normal or special summon, you can add 1 Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. And during damage calc, if your other Dark Spellcaster monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face on the field of the graveyard to have it gain 2,000 attack until end of damage calc. So this is.
I'll just say this, because this card, I want to say, is a bit dated. But I will say, at least the 3 Dark Magician is kind of validated by the 3 Apprentice. You know what I'm saying? Because I find when you have 2 Dark Magician and you're trying to play Apprentice, you can just not have the search anymore. Because you do cycle through those 2 DM quite quickly, I want to say. So, you know what? At least this kind of goes with the 3 DM. Kinda. But anyway, let's see what else happens.
A great way to powerhouse your Dark Magician, but also giving you a way to search it from your deck to your hand to then use for some other special summons, since a good amount of the cards that special summon the Dark Magician in the deck rely on special summoning it from the hand or graveyard. For some of the lower numbers for the Dark Magician support cards that we run in the deck, the 1 copy of Magician of Dark Illusion, this card, when summoned out, you just then grab another Dark Magician, so then you have access to your rank 7 Xyz plays, whichever ones you may wish to go into with this card.
Okay, let's just point out, he said that this card helps you get to a rank 7 play. This card, you know what card I'm referring to. Magician of Dark Illusion. Can we just point out, you summon this card on your opponent's turn when you activate a spell trap. When, not your opponent, when you activate a spell trap, me activate spell trap, I can summon this. So how is this making a rank 7? Good sir? Let's say I go first and I set 4 and pass with this in hand. My opponent plays, I flip a spell trap, I flip Solemn Strike on something. Now, on a new chain, I can summon Magician of Dark Illusion. Are you telling me your opponent is going to pass turn? Like, my opponent should be outing this. I would expect a GOAT deck to be able to out this. Unless I've got like a face down Eternal Soul. This man is playing 4 Dark Magician, basically. This card does not help make rank 7s. This card helps make rank 7s on turn 3. Turn 3. I'm sorry, but in turn 3 of modern Yu-Gi-Oh, you are dead. Your board does not exist. You can't be playing a card to make a rank 7 on turn 3. And if you're playing second, this does not get summoned until turn 4. I can't fathom this card. I agree, this is probably one of the worst Dark Magician support cards ever made. It was made at a time when summoning Dark Magician was hard. And it was made as a pretty good Navi target to summon, a defensive Navi target. It still wasn't great. But wow. If you wanted to play a Dark Magician card that makes rank 7s, and mind you, this makes them going first on your first turn, whether you play first or second, you can make it on that turn. There's a card called Chronicle Magician. It's not great. I'm not saying everyone go get Chronicle Magician, but it lets you summon itself when it sees a Dark Magician statted monster hit the field. So anything with 2500 attack or defense, when it's special to the field or hits the field, Chronicle will summon itself along with it and boost a DM by 2500 attack or defense, or a Blue Eyes. That is 2 level 7s on your board turn 1, or 2 cards in your hand. This does not summon itself till the opponent's turn. When you activate a spell trap. Not even when either player. I can't fathom playing this card to make rank 7s. You could play Vishuddha Tenyi. You could play literally any Cash Tira card. Unicorn Fenrir, you name it. What other cards are rank 7s that just play, level 7s that just play themselves? There's plenty. There's plenty, alright? This isn't it. It's not even searchable. Oh, sorry. I lie. It is searchable with Soul Servant, but I don't think anything else in the deck searches it. Diabell, is she a 7? Oh, she is. She does need like a discard, but you know, she adds anyway. But as you said, there's a lot of level 7s that will let you, if you want to make a rank 7 play, there's a lot of cards that will help you do that in Dark Magician. This is not one of them. This is, I'm making a rank 7 next game. when I've already lost. I get that it's a Dark Magician card, and you're like, oh, it's in archetype. But it's ass. It's ass.
7 Xyz plays, whichever ones you may wish to go into with this card.
Yeah, which ones you wish to go into on turn 3 and 4. Like, by the time the game's over.
The 1 copy of Timaeus, the United Dragon. This
At least the Timaeus is at 1. Thank God for that.
Is the replacement for the Eye of Timaeus in the deck, since we can use this card to go into Dark Magician the Drag Knight for its fusion plays. The 1
Yeah, that's it. You wouldn't make anything else, right? Who would need Dragoon?
copy of Dark Magician Girl. I feel like we just need the 1 copy. It's just here for another special summon target. I would say Apprentice Illusion Magician definitely does help with more of the overall summon and setup for Dark Magician in the deck, with the last of our main deck monsters being the 1 copy of Red Eyes Black Dragon. So
I'm just gonna point out that like the 4 of these cards, well, not so much Timaeus, I guess, because you open Timaeus with Dark Magician, it's less bricky. But the 4 of these cards plus the 3 DM at the start, it's like 7 to 6 bricks so far, which is wild. But let's keep going. This deck was probably okay during 2017. Well, I can say I played Magician and Dark Illusion on release, and you know, I played 1. I played 1, guys. And it was still kind of whatever. But anyway.
we have a monster needed to send off with Red Eyes Fusion in the deck to summon out our Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Moving on now to the spells. For our trios, we're running 3 copies of Dark Magical Circle. When it's activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you can reveal 1 Dark Magician or spell and trap card that specifically lists the Dark Magician among them. Add to your hand. Also place the remaining cards on top of the deck in any order. If Dark Magician is normal or special summon to your field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls. Bonus. You can use each effect of Dark Magical Circle once per turn. So you have a card that makes your opponent play around when you would summon Dark Magician out of the field, because then you'll banish one of their cards that they have on the field.
Your opponent won't play around shit. No one cares about this card. Okay. So the thing about Circle is when you play Duel Links, Circle is awesome. because sometimes a +0. Yeah, exactly. Circle on Duel Links looks at a 20 card deck and adds you any of the DM cards. It's quite good. It's quite good. And there's also Duel Links skills to make DM better. So, Circle in Duel Links looking at a 20 card deck, looking at top 3. We could probably do the maths at some point. Looking at top 3 in a 20 card deck is much better when you've already drawn 4 from it. So what, you draw 4 for your opening turn, then you play Circle. How many cards are left in your deck? 16? 16? Looking at 3 of 16 cards? Mathematically, you're always going to hit. Probably, I don't know, something like that. Unfortunately, in the TCG, your opening hand's 5 cards. You got 35 cards in your deck. You play Circle, you're looking at top 3. 35 divided by 3 is not looking good, Chief. It's not looking good. Some people use the argument, oh, you're just not playing enough DM cards. No, the DM cards are bad. I'm not going to play them. Circle is a bad card. And yes, Circle adding Circle is still technically better than adding nothing, but it still does nothing effectively. Anyway, this should never be at 3, kind of like DM. They should only ever be a 2 at max. 1's fine, 2's pretty alright, and 3's kind of like, well, I guess you really like the anime and being casual. I don't know.
After doing so, and then also just being able to, when it's activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal a Dark Magician or Spell Trap card gives you more search for some of the other cards we run in the deck, including another 3 of that we run, which is Soul Servant.
Thank
you place
God,
1 card on the top of the deck from your hand, deck, or graveyard.
Now, I will say, in the past couple of months, I've been testing this at 2, and a lot of lists online have been playing it at 2, and I actually think it's fine at 2 as well. Though it is still the better of the DM spells, even though it does nothing. It does nothing. The ceiling, I always talk about this, but the floor of this card is here, and the ceiling of this card is here. Like, Circle's like here, Soul Servant's here. But Soul Servant can be here, if you get what I mean, right? So, you know, there's all this in the middle room that all the other DM cards are sitting about here, except for, like, Dragoon, who's up here. Soul Servant potentially being a draw 4, it's never going to be that, but it can be a draw 2. I'd say Soul Servant's here at a draw 2, it's probably about here, which is much better than Circle. But anyway, Soul Servant's best use is the fact that you can just Magician Soul, send this for a draw, and then you can banish it, send for another draw. Draw into your hand traps, draw into your going second cards, draw into your side deck cards. This card facilitates drawing. We like that. It works with Magician Souls very, very well. Circle does not. But I digress. To those joining, we are doing a roasting series video. We have been missing them for a while. Let's keep going.
That is Dark Magician, or specifically lists it in its card text, except for Soul Servant. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw cards equal to the number of Palladium monsters, Dark Magician, and or Dark Magician Girl with different names on the field and in the graveyards. So this also helps to then recycle some of the cards back onto the top of the deck for you then to just draw again with them during your main phase with this card. And with it, you can only use this effect of Soul Servant once per turn, but you have that set up to then know at least what you're drawing into thanks to this quick play as well. We're also running the 2 copies of Red Eyes Fusion. We only have the 1 Red Eyes Dragoon, but this card, if drawn additionally, can be sent to the graveyard with cards like Magician Soul for draw power. So opening up multiple Red Eyes Fusion will let us at least be able to get out Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, but then have more fodder if needed if we draw the multiples. It's just in here as an added.
I'm just going to point this out. If you open multiple ref and your opponent, you go ref, they activate like Judgment, anything that hard negates it, you can just activate another one. Because its activation is once per turn. You can only activate once per turn. You can actually play as many as you like if they get Solemn Judgmented, for example. So yes, Ash Blossom does say, haha, you don't get to play. But guess what? You're playing DM. You don't play the game anyway. So, in short, why is this card the best card in the deck here at 2? Riddle me that, chat. Why is DM at 3? Circle at 3? But the card that literally summons a god, a Super Saiyan god, and puts your brick in the grave to set up Soul Servant, Eternal Soul, and everything else, is at 2. Riddle me that. God damn it. People play ref at 3.
Search option to get out that boss monster. But Red Eyes Dark Dragoon isn't the main go-to play in the deck to begin with. We're also running 2 copies of Magician's.
Oh, okay, this is stupid. What? He's playing ref and salvation at the same ratio. This man values salvation on the same level as Red Eyes Fusion. One of these cards sets your continuous trap. One of these cards summons a god boss monster and puts your brick in the grave. Apparently, they're on the same level. Apparently, 2 salvation and 2 ref. Well, Huh? He just said Dragoon isn't the main play of the deck. I'm sorry, but he's just wrong. What does that even mean? Does anyone play Invoked and say, yeah, so Mechaba's not the main play of the deck? Does anyone say that? No, because they're not fucking idiots. These people are honestly insufferable. Like, what? What do you mean? Do you start the Sword Soul combo and go, oh, I don't play Chang, I don't know their names, so this is a terrible example. But the first synchro they make that searches the trap, the one that searches Blackout, someone in chat will know the name. Do you say, yeah, do you not start your combo with that? Because you're like, nah. The deck doesn't focus on that card. Sorry, guys. Yeah. It's like, huh? Yeah, the third ref slot is taken up by another copy of Salvation, by the Dark Magician of Illusion thing. Like, there's so many bad cards that could be cut for the third ref, but... Dragoon's not the main play of the deck, guys. Okay. What does the deck do then, Yugi boy? Because it sure as heck isn't using 2 Salvation ever. That's crazy.
Salvation, when it's activated, you can set 1 Eternal Soul directly from your deck. If you normal or special summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl during the damage step, you can target one, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters, special summon one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your graveyard with a different name than that monster. You can only use the effect of Magician Salvation once per turn, and you can only activate 1 per turn as well.
HCF gives members
We're getting ads. How cringe is that?
can start winning health cover and the lowest average rate rise of the major funds.
Let me
now we're also getting...
I can skip it.
So you can set up Eternal Soul, which also helps for being able to special summon out your Dark Magician onto the field, and then vice versa, depending on which one you want to special summon out from your graveyard. If you have Dark Magician, then you can grab the one of Dark Magician Girl, and then vice versa from the graveyard, giving you that back and forth special summon power.
Yeah, like, once again, I like comparing to Invoked. Magical Meltdown is a 3 because it adds Alistair, and, you know, Alistair does everything. This card sets a trap card. And you can't even activate it. What? What? Huh? We're looking at field spells like the Tier Element field spell. I can't talk. The Fenrir field spell. Kashtira field spell, rather. And literally any field spell of any deck made post the 2020s is cracked. Every field spell I can think of is cracked. Meanwhile, we got this card that sets a trap. Okay, for those just joining us, he plays Salvation at 2 and Ref at 2. So apparently, in Kira Twig's mind, these 2 cards, Salvation and Ref, are of the same value. They provide the same value to the deck. My god.
Using these 2 cards. And then also for the one-ofs, 1 copy of Magicalized Fusion with all these spellcasters we can set up. We can go for boss monsters like Quintet.
Yeah, how often does Salvation's second effect come up? Never. Yeah, exactly. Kenneth says you send it for draws or for Timaeus. That is the main use of Salvation. And I'll admit, it's kind of decent for that. And that's why you normally play 1. But you don't need more than 1. You really don't. You really don't.
Magician, using this card quite easily. 1,000 Knives as another Dark Magician search spell or trap. And then a free destruction
is it
of
2002?
Oh
yeah, Duelist Kingdom?
Having Dark Magician, it destroys all spells.
What do you mean?
The Dark Magic attack. And then also the 1 copy of Illusion Magic for more...
What? Why? Ref is at 2? But we gotta play 1,000 Knives, Dark Magic attack, and Illusion Magic. I didn't know we were playing Yugi's deck card for card from Duelist Kingdom. Where the fuck is Beaver Warrior and Celtic Guardian at this rate? Because they would do more than these stupid spells.
Power of our Dark Magician by tributing a spellcaster monster with this quick play spell, and then also the 1 copy of Secrets of Dark Magic. Now this is another fusion.
And you know how much I hate Secrets. This is the best card here. Congratulations for playing Secrets.
That you can use using monsters from your hand or field, including Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl's fusion material, or going for the ritual play by tributing those same monsters. So this is our 1 go-to way to be able to summon out the Illusion of Chaos.
How often do you ritual summon? Be honest. People always bring this up. People love to get Secrets and just slurp it up and be like, it can ritual summon, and it's like, nobody does that. And it's really bad. And if you're ritual summoning, you could probably use better cards.
Rehan super chatted $3.68, 5 Canadian dollars from Rehan. Love your content, LOZA. Can't wait for the Whitewoods to hit MD.
Big thank Rehan. Thanks for watching the Whitewoods video too, that just went live. My goodness. Everyone in chat, tell me how often you ritual summon with Secrets. I can remember I've done it at least 3 to 4 times over the whole time I play DM, I don't think it's ever resulted in like a good result. The illusion of chaos that I've summoned has been negated, or the DM's been removed from my grave so you can't resolve the effect and the negate. It's just never worked. It's terrible. It's like a plan. It's not even a plan B. It's like a plan C. And even then, it's still bad. But anyway, let me know. And let's continue watching.
if we wish, in this deck as well. And then the last of the spells being the one copy of Call by the Grave. Just with all the special summoning we do, it's a nice one of tech compared to some of the other generic spells, just to stop any of our opponent's hand traps. Moving on now to the traps, I run 3 copies of Eternal Soul.
Holy shit. 2 Salvation, 3 Eternal Soul. 5 copies of Eternal Soul, 2 Ref. Okay.
It's searchable with the field spell, but still a very useful card. Every Dark Magician...
Oh, listen to what Matchy just said. Matchy, for those who don't know, is a brilliant branded Dark Magician player here in the chat. And as I mentioned at the start of this stream, there's a lot of really good Dark Magician YouTubers now, which I'm so glad. The standard has been raised. The roof has really been raised. The floor has been raised, rather. So Matchy just said, Dodo doesn't even use secrets to ritual summon. And if you don't know who Dodo is, he is a ritual Dark Magician enthusiast. So there's 2 channels off the bat I can highly recommend. But, you know, I mentioned a whole bunch of you guys at the start because the DM YouTube content has just skyrocketed in quality. Let's be real. When I started making the roasting series, there was close to no one doing real stuff. Maybe Team Sam's List were the best at that point, which is not amazing. Everyone else was just making DM profiles for content, really. So now people are making them with the genuine intention to win and be competitive with them, which is fantastic. I'm not saying I 100% was the reason for that, but I definitely feel like I had an impact on, I don't know, making people do that. I hope at least. Anyway.
In your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the following of Eternal Soul once per turn, and you can activate one of these effects. You can special summon one Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard. You can add 1 Dark Magic attack or 1,000 Knives from your deck to your hand. So having searches for the one of spells I mentioned before, that means you can basically go from your field spell, Magician Salvation, to Eternal Soul, to then grabbing these cards. So more and more search power, just like we had with the Magician.
Fellas, do you ever past your opponent after activating Salvation, flip Eternal Soul, and search 1,000 Knives? Why? Why? Okay, I have a theory for how they can make 1,000 Knives the searchable con. Oh, Matt was amazing. How they can make 1,000 Knives playable, or like a version of it. So they make 1,000 Knives, a card that identifies as 1,000 Knives. It can be like 10,000 Knives, but this card's always treated as 1,000 Knives. Make a card that's a hand trap that's 1,000 Knives. It can be a spell, a trap, a monster, I don't care. But make it a hand trap. Then Eternal Soul, like you can like be bricked. You can go like Salvation, set E-Soul. And then on the opponent's end, you can like flip E-Soul, search the 1,000 Knives. And then you have a hand trap, a DM hand trap. That would be sick. And it would make the searching function of this card less dead. I don't know. It sounds like a cool idea on paper. But, you know, Konami will probably be like, here's a trap card that boosts your monsters by 500 attack. And it's once per turn.
Rod, and the Dark Magical Circle. Also, the 1 copy of Magician Navigation and the 1 copy of Magician's Combination for more of the special summon power off of Navigation, and also being able to stop the effects of face-up spell traps our opponent may activate on the following turn. And then also with Magician's Combination, once per turn when a card effect is activated except during the damage step, you contribute a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl to special summon 1 monster with a different name from our hand or graveyard. So more of a quick play option compared to the field spell that we run for the setup of our...
That's a good point. We haven't got a new Mystic box. We could always get a Mystic box. That could be cool, a retrain of that to make it a DM card. That'd be sick. These cards are pretty garbage by today's standard. I think we all know that. I think we can just skip ahead to the extra deck here.
Our card effect is activated, except during the damage step. You can draw 1 card, and then if it was a spell or trap, you can set it. And if it was a trap or a quick play spell, you can activate this turn. If it's destroyed, you can special summon both 1 Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or graveyard. More setup for our 2 go-to boss monsters using this card, then just needing Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl and 1 Spellcaster monster to summon this card out. The 1 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, to go with our Timaeus Dragon monster as well. The 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon to use with our Red Eyes Dragon and Red Eyes Fusion. The 1 Master of Chaos. This is a fusion card we can use for our Chaos monster, being Illusion of Chaos. And then also the 1 Quintet Magician, as I mentioned before, with our spell Magicalized Fusion, being able...
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Harry Senpai's comment. He said, I swear people like Kira just roll the dice for what cards they put in and what ratios. Honestly, it feels that way. When you really dissect the card ratios, it does feel that way.
To banish out the monsters needed to summon out this bigger monster.
This is fine.
And then
so
for
far.
the Xyz monsters, the 1 Ebon Illusion Magician is more normal summon specials, normal monster special summon out onto the field, and then also a banish option whenever one of them declares an attack.
If he could actually make this on the first turn, I'd be like, yeah, sure, play it. Like you're playing Chronicle or something. He's not playing play Chronicle instead of Magician and Dark Illusion if you want to make rank 7s, or just play a good rank 7 card like all the other ones we listed earlier.
The 1 number 76 Harmonizer.
Why? I know she has a cool guitar. She's just LOZA as a rank 7, but like, what does she do?
Yell, the 1 number 11 Big Eye, and then the 1 Zeus and the 1 Typhoon Sky Crisis for all of...
Alright, Zeus and Typhoon are great. Big Eye is pretty good. I don't know why the Harmonizer, but oh, can't be destroyed by battle with a monster. Okay, so the Harmonizer is meant to go into Zeus. I think there's a better card you can play for that, but like, yeah, alright, we'll take it.
Our Xyz monsters, and for
Typhon is very based.
For the
best thing in this profile.
Link monsters, 1 copy of the Dark Armor Gloomy.
Yeah, Ebon with only 2 level 7. Well, 3 DM, and then Dark Magician of Illusion for some reason, instead of Chronicle or just anything else.
1 Wee Witch's Apprentice, the 1 IP Masquerena, 1 SP Little Knight, and the 1 copy of...
Well, he's got SP Little Knight. That's like the best card in this profile now. That's crazy. I don't even own SP Little Knight. I hope he mentions Chaos Angel as well. I don't own Chaos Angel or SP Little Knight, but I say in pretty much every profile, you should definitely play them. I'm not going to spend the money on them right now, but you should definitely play them.
Of Nightmare Unicorn for more of a generic lineup, but still some of the dark attributes that we have for our Link monsters is a big help with all of the resources that we have for some of our weaker monsters to be able to go into. And then as for some of the go-to plays in the deck, the big setup comes down to what play you want to go for in the Dark Magician deck.
That was
if you go for the
Wait, that was the extra deck? Was that not really short? Oh no, there was a lot of XYZs. There's a lot of XYZs. Is SP better than IP? Well, you use IP to go in SP on the opponent's turn. I think SP is better. If you're just going to play one, I think it's SP, but you kind of need to play both, I would say. So, no Artemis. Let's just recap the links. No Selene, no access code. Dark, but like, where do you go to from Dark? You go on a Dark, take one of their cards, make Unicorn? No access code, no Selene? This seems very half-baked. I think you could just cut all the Xyz and play more links, but I mean, I'm pretty sure a 5-year-old could figure that out. Anyway, let's see this combo. This combo seems interesting.
Setup. Then you have the search power of being able to add the Dark Magical Circle to your hand, activating this card. And then you have the choice, or chance, I would say, depending on what you reveal off of the Dark Magical Circle. For this play, if you can set up cards, or at least add a spell or trap that can get you more plays for your Dark Magician cards, you can either add cards like your cards that specify Dark Magician in it. So if you can add Magician Salvation, or more or less cards that can give you access to your Dark Magician cards, it's more of a better setup using your Dark Magical Circle to do so, because then you're just extending also face-up cards that will remain on the field with these cards. So Magician Salvation can then grab Eternal Soul. But one of the bigger plays you need is to still be able to set up the Dark Magician.
Yeah, have you noticed that like this Rod grab Circle, Circle gets Salvation, Salvation set Eternal Soul? That's a lot of copium on Circle hitting for one. But this still isn't the triangle. You still don't have DM. It's crazy how much we need. We need that Rod to link into something that searches again.
Magician in your graveyard, and that along with your Magician's Rod being your normal summon is where Magician's Soul comes in handy, because then with this card, if it's in your hand, being able to send one level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard to activate one of these effects. So then with this card, you send the needed monster, being your Dark Magician, to the graveyard, special summoning out this card.
Can I just say, why didn't they just make Magician's Soul say, send a Dark Magician monster in text to the grave? Like, they could have just done that, or a Palladium. That would have fixed a lot of Magician Souls getting splashed in other decks.
And then you have your 2 needed resources on the field, including Magician's Rod and Magician's Soul, to go into a Link 2 monster option. So on top of the Dark Magical Circle and the Eternal Soul that we've set up on the field.
Check my combo. Activate Circle with Lock. Based.
We now also have our new SP Little Knight as a potential banish on the field using the 2 monsters we summoned before, just needing the 2 effect monsters. Using the Eternal Soul the following turn, we also have the...
Wait, what are you banishing if it's turn 1? What the fuck?
Banish play with the SP Little Knight to take one of our own cards and our opponent's cards.
Oh,
yeah,
you
when Dark Magician summons back into the field thanks to Dark Magical Circle. And then also being able to grab back those resources the following turn. If you don't have the SP Little Knight, you can always rely on
us Rod Engrave
monster that would, increase the attack points of your Dark Magician and Dark Attribute monsters on the field as well. But then from there, you have protection in the form of Eternal Soul, and then coming down to just what you have for more of your monster setup during the following turn as well. Depending on what you draw, if you can get more of a setup like Magician's Soul, again, to set up your Dark Magician Girl, or more search power in the form of Illusion Magic if you draw. If you draw into Dark Magic, you have all these search powers available to you as well if you use Illusion of Chaos to grab the specific spellcaster you may not have opened up in your hand also. But that is it for...
What a fucking muppet. The simplest thing you could have done there is summon the DM, triggered Circle, and gone, look, you can also, after the Circle trigger, you can tribute the DM, get your Rod back, so you can play for next turn. Like, if they're not going to kill you, if they don't have a board to kill you, and you know you're going to survive, get your resource back so you can actually play next turn. You're going to summon DM back next turn anyway. That was his combo. That was him showing us how to play the deck. Not only did he go, oh yeah, just have circle hit salvation, haha. Not only did he just lock out, he didn't even show the proper recycling of rod. He mentioned it in the profile, didn't show it in the example. Which, look, people miss stuff all the time, but one of the simplest things he could have done was just scoop. Based. Well, that is the end of that profile. What do we think, fellas, of the Kira Twig 2 profile from 3 months ago? 12k views. Whoa. 12k people getting a real bad deck profile. He was too afraid to shuffle. He was too afraid to shuffle the deck because he would have drawn 3 Eternal Souls. Honestly, he was playing 5 copies of it, basically. That is wild. Anyway. Do we want another profile? Yeah, 12k views. Shocking. Matchy, 2 months ago, has a video, test hands for DM. Only 6k views. Fellas, what is that? That is so rude. This video is infinitely more valuable than this video. 6k views versus 12k. Guys, this is depression. Rodkin chain block, Ghost Ogre on circle. Based. Zamb, I cannot refer to that statement that you've mentioned. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't know who you're talking about. Yep, that was a bad profile. And we got to do the Magician Souls rant again too. That was good. Alright, but I have more. Now this is Yamy Mike, and I think I might have watched this a long time ago, but I don't remember. I don't remember if I know this channel or not. But it's a Dark Magician Bestial deck profile, which is kind of weird to me. Oh, Joby's commented. That's always interesting. This is a for fun DM. Oh, well. What? Why would you play Bestials if it's a for fun? People who play Bestials are playing them to be like hand traps, to be like competitive. What? If you're gonna play like a for fun list, wouldn't you just play jank stuff? Like Bestials are like, I'm trying to be good, I'm trying to be competitive. Alright, anyway. Let's watch it.
Hey everyone, welcome to another video.
It's very quiet.
A bit of an updated Bestial DarkMagician deck that I've been kind of messing around with, and I wanted your guys' opinion. Is it good?
I
Is it
don't
bad?
know if I can
Does it
fix
work?
that.
Do I need to take out cards? Should I put in more cards? But
Alright, I've
before we
turned
get
him
started,
up, but remind me to turn him down at the end, because then I might be way too quiet.
hit the subscribe button. It'll really help me out.
My for fun, Diabell Star, Bone Snake, Snake Eyes. Yeah, exactly. Just be like, it's a for fun deck, so I'm allowed to play Beaver Warrior.
One more thing before we get started on the deck profile. I want to do the giveaway right here so we can kind of see who won.
We don't want the giveaway. We want the deck.
I'm gonna go over it a
Oh,
little bit
I
real
think
quick,
I just saw 3
just so you guys
secrets.
see
I'm
what I'm kind of
terrified.
picking up. So first off, the one of Magician Salvation.
Starting with the spells, it's a bit spicy, isn't it?
Pretty straightforward set. The Eternal Soul directly from
That's already a better ratio than Kira Twig. Let's just point that out. Great start, 1 salvation.
deck. The second effect doesn't really matter as much, but yeah. 3 Soul Servants.
Wow, he's
I
being
hope this is-
realistic. I think he said the second effect of salvation doesn't matter much. This is the most based gamer so far. 3 Soul Servant. Okay, 2 secrets. I'm just going to point out that Soul Servant has this magical effect where it can grab a card from your hand. I don't know why it can grab from your hand, but it can. Hand, deck, grave. I wish it could do banish, but it can't yet. Hand, deck, grave, and put it on top of your deck. You can banish it and draw the card. So in Dark Magician, kind of like in Sky Striker, you can play a lot of spells at 1 in the archetype. Say we get a lot of decent 1-ofs to play. You can play them all at 1. Because if you ever need them again, Soul Servant will go and get them again. So you don't need to play secrets at more than 1. Because why would you? There's just no real point. Anyway.
2 from the last time. It really works because you can search it off of Soul Servant and Magician's Rod in case you need it.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave Soul Servant the fact that it can add a card from your hand. I think it's so like if you bring on Mahad, but it's still like, I don't want to put it back. Like, I'm still going way negative if I put it back. Like, I'll Illusion of Chaos it back. I don't want to Soul Servant it on top of my deck unless I'm desperate. But yeah, why it can't add from Banish because that would be broken. But it can do from hand, so go net like neg 2 on Soul Servant.
And 2 is better than 1, so I really like it at 2. I'm keeping that at 2 for sure. I think I had this at 3 before, but I ended up cutting it down from 3 to 2. I think it's more consistent. Gives me more space to do more stuff.
Oh, interesting. He had circle at 3, he put it down to 2. Now, this is an updated deck profile. I imagine people in the comments of the last one mentioned that. He didn't say it. I was waiting to see if he said it. He didn't, but I think that would have been the case. He had it at 3 before. But hey, he accepted that that might be wrong and moved on. What a king. What a king for doing that. Except I've seen the next card, and it's a pot card. Pot cards in DM are always this weird, controversial topic where none of them work because they turn off Soul Servant drawing, they turn off Magician Souls drawing, and ultimately it just doesn't quite mix the way it should. In another archetype that just searches, they're great. In an archetype where you have draws, they're not as great. So, yeah, Soul Servant can recycle Dragoon. Fun fact.
So, yeah, I put this at 2. Here's a little bit of the draw power. It's Pot of Prosperity.
So someone just said the reason why it can't recycle from Banish is because you could recycle the Soul Servant back and keep looping it. So what? That wouldn't even be that busted. Like, we're talking about a deck that revolves around a level 7 vanilla. Even if you could Soul Servant a Soul Servant and recycle it, you can't draw more than once per turn. That wouldn't even be a good play. Like, what? It's not even good. Or they could just say accept Soul Servants. Wait, I think it does. It does, doesn't it? Either way, even if you could, it's not even good. It says accept Soul Servant. There you go. But it's not even a good play. Like, what do you mean?
There's like 6 cards that... There's 3 cards that you can kind of get away with using for pot.
If he's playing like Ref and wants to see it, then I can understand Pros. But there's a lot of cards that draw. So it clashes a fair bit. So does Extrav. Desires is unironically the best one to play because it doesn't clash with any of the draws. But then you banish your DM or your Ref or your Red Eyes and you're like, well, I can't play the game.
6 if you really want to push it, but it kind of hurt. I've used it in my practices.
Yeah, Chimera Fusion, Matchy just mentioned. Chimera Fusion is secrets, but there's a line of text that allows it to recycle itself. Wow. That's how you make a card good.
Against friends. And there's times where like doing those 6 kind of hurt, but doing 3 really is helpful because you can, in case you don't search off anything of like, let's say you have circle and then, you don't get anything, you can rearrange it, and then you can use...
Yeah, wait, can you even add with circle under Prosp? Can you even add with circle? You cannot draw cards by effect. No, you can still add. So you can still search, you just can't draw.
Or if you do add, then you can kind of extend a little bit to see what else you got. But yeah, 2
I'm pretty sure
really
you can search, you can't draw.
But I prefer it at 2. I think it's good. And then more draw
Triple
power,
upstart,
3
yo.
upstarts. I don't know. I might play this at 2, but 3 is pretty good. In case you don't need the upstarts, you can always kind of discard them off of Magician Souls, so that you draw.
This man said, in case you don't need upstart, you can discard it off Magician Soul. My brother, read the fucking card. Why would you discard it? Yeah, why would you play this with Prosp? If you're playing Prosp, you don't need to play upstart. Just cut the Prosp and play the upstart. Why would you Magician Soul send this to draw? You're playing into every hand trap under the stun. Imperman Veiler. And you could imagine you send 2 upstarts and you get ashed. You could have just played them individually, drawn 1, got ashed on 1 and play the other. Like, what, my brother? This card draws you a card. You don't have to send it with Magician Souls. Shit. I know card game players can't read, but my brother, play this card, draw, and you might draw another spell trap that you can send for Magician Souls. Just a thought. Just a... My brain hurts. My brain hurts, fellas. That's a really hard one to digest. Man sending upstart off Magician Souls for draws. What? Huh? Can anyone explain the benefits of doing that besides my opponent doesn't get 1,000 LP, whoop-de-doo? I can't fathom that he even suggested that. I think some people don't have, sometimes I don't either, but sometimes you just don't have the filter in your head where you have a thought and you just say it out loud without going, maybe that's a stupid thing to say. Upstart does not let you activate Palladium Oracle Mahad. That is true. I don't think this guy is upstarting or Magician Soul setting Upstart to do that though. He could have said 3 Upstart and nothing and we wouldn't be saying a single thing. But man went 3 Upstart. You can send it with Magician Souls. If it's like, what? Huh? Can you imagine this guy activating Prosp, revealing like Soul Servant, Upstart, Soul Servant, Upstart, Magician Souls? It's like, look at all your draw cards you're not going to be able to use. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right, let's keep going. But that's funny.
And you don't have to give your opponent life points, which is really, really good.
That's the reason. He doesn't want to give his opponent 1,000. Newsflash: giving your opponent 1,000 never matters.
But yeah, so that's it. That's a 3 for now. I might change it at 2. We'll see. And then again, this is a bestial DarkMagician deck, so
I don't think you play more than one of this. Am I wrong? Fellas who've played branded bestial engines before, I don't think you play more than one regain. Maybe not in a DM variant, at least. I don't know, man.
I wanted to do 2 regains.
Good card, though.
I think it's very, very helpful, because if you're going up against a deck that doesn't have...
You only play one?
Lights or darks.
When you play card games, you kind of just get a feeling that there's some you play at 1 and there's some you play at 3.
I'll show you a little combo that I did that I think really helped me out. But, I'll just go over it right now. So one thing I did is I activated it, and if I had a Bestial in my hand and I had Souls on field, what I would do is I would...
In Bestial, Runic, and like a more, I want to say, dedicated deck, yeah, you could maybe get away with more than one. I don't know. DM's already bricky enough. Like, I wouldn't be playing any... Even when I play another engine in DM, I try to minimize the engine requirement bricks, if you get what I'm saying. Because you know DM's already quite bricky itself. But, alas, let's keep going. Oops, sorry, I just popped the mic.
Link to Artemis, send Soul to the graveyard, use my bestial monster, targets Soul, banish it, and then trigger Regained on resolution to put it to the bottom and draw 1. So that was really helpful. And then in case I needed to break boards,
plays 3
my
Pizza Hut,
my Artemis to link off into SP Little Knight, which is in this deck.
Oh, there's synergy in the Runic build. Okay, that's fair.
But we'll get to it in a minute. Just a little combo thing.
Yeah, we 2 regain.
And 1 duality, because you do have a target for this.
Okay.
And it is Bestial Rebellion. So you can...
this is
special summon...
fine.
So you can special
I
summon
minimize the
DarkMagician
DM.
Dragon Knight, which is really, really helpful. If you have like DarkMagician already on the field, or if you don't have them, you know, you can special summon from Rebellion to the DarkMagician to Dragon Knight to protect your back row, or your spell or traps, which really, really is helpful. And I think that is a great combo line.
Yeah, that's a good card.
One thing that I added is Poly. Polymerization.
Why? Man, you got 2 secrets. What? You don't even need the second secrets. Why you got Poly, bro?
There's a reason why this is here, which is in the extra deck, but it is also to help you on brick, because
it's so you don't brick. Oh, thank God he cleared that up. We're gonna play a spell card that makes you go -3. Thank God it helps you on brick. Yeah, what year are we in? I don't even think this card wasn't even played when it came out. Let's be real.
And again, we'll go into it in a minute when I get to the extra deck. But yeah, and then when called by to stop hand traps.
Nice.
Because as you saw, like there's
good
5 ways to keep adding.
Good rarity too.
Well, there's multiple ways to add in this deck. So you know, in case you get asked.
Yeah, this profile's making me lose my mind. And like, fair enough if this guy's new, but wow, he needs to play the game for a bit longer before he starts discussing his thoughts on ratios and cards, because he's not quite there yet. He's overcooking.
Very good roll. You can call by if you're lucky. If you're not, then you know, oh well. But it is helpful regardless. You know, because you can banish things in your opponent's graveyard that you know might.
It is helpful. You can banish things. Yes, yes, it is. It does do that.
Trigger off in your turn like Fire Kings, which is
that
really
is Poly in DM.
So,
yes.
I know that is going to be a big deck going forward. So yeah, the one of Eternal Soul.
Nice.
This deck.
Solid.
I'll go over the number of how many cards are in this deck and why I put this
really
in
good.
Sorry. 3 hand traps. The only ones in this deck is Ash Blossom.
Nice.
It's still good.
Okay.
To be good. You can kind of get this. You can replace this for Imprim if you want to avoid triple time tactics.
Yeah, sure.
2 Bestial Rebellions.
Okay.
I hope this at 3,
cool.
But for now,
cool.
it's at 2, which is why we have 1 duality.
All right.
Really, really good. And 2 Druid Swarm.
Okay.
This is
okay. We're looking pretty good.
You know, you can target 1 card on the field and send.
Yeah, we know how bestials work. It's cool.
And oops, got a little on myself. And the one of which is
okay.
Searcher, really, really good.
All
That's
right,
really it. I
then
don't
now
really
he's
run
cooking.
the
Now he's
other
cooking.
Baldrake or Cernier. But for now, I we'll see. And then 2 Blazing Cartesias.
Okay, so branded
support
engine
effects,
coming in here, maybe
Fusion Monster.
fusion
To be honest with
deployments
you,
and stuff.
I think it's really, really good, which is why I upped it to 2. But yeah.
Yeah, I
think it's
agree.
good.
DM does have a
definitely
bad
think it's a
image.
2. And then Fallen of Albaz, the 1 of, and guess what?
Not
if you
DM
it's
cards,
great,
now we
because
cooking.
You can just special summon Blazing Cartesia.
I still think you can
and
just play one Cartesia
So,
unless you're like
it's really
heavy
good.
on branded. But
And then the 3 ofs, Rod, the Searcher of the deck for spell and traps. Pretty self-explanatory.
You probably go
And then
down
3
2.
souls
It's cool.
to dump.
Just
and
because you got so many
graveyard
like
or
other
from hand.
engines, like branded stuff.
I mostly summon from the
Yeah, 3
hand
souls. You got to
with
do
my
that.
Bestial Monster. So.
I mean, we know about that.
Yeah, and then it also helps Umbercan if you have a lot of spells that you don't really need at the moment. So
Next.
that is good too. And then the 3 of Illusion of Chaos.
Yeah.
I don't have pre-preparation of rights.
Yeah, he plays
so this is
Cartesia.
kind of
He's got so many poly
pre-preparation
cards and
rights.
he's
I
still
think
playing
it's
poly.
pre-preparation rights. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
This is fine. 2 or 3. This is fine.
And then if you don't need it, you can
Can't
always
hate
send
on
it
a gamer.
with Soul, so it's fine. If it's in the deck after your search. So another one of.
Oh, there's 3 DM. There's 3 DM.
Now that I have Cartesian here too, I don't know about this card.
One to
there's
Mayash
kind of
would be good, but there's too many. There's too many
a Wednesday
freaking
fusion, but
polys already.
I'm
Show us the 3 DM.
Fuse off for Dragoon, which is still pretty good. But yeah, and then 2 Dark Magicians and then 1 Dark Magician
Okay.
Girl. Pretty standard, I think. You need to have 3 of these because this
It's
is
at least a
and
DMG, but
you can't have
I mean, it
one.
serves the
There's
same
nothing to
purpose.
have at 3 either because you don't really need it. But yeah, the main deck. Sorry, I'm kind of going a little bit too long into it.
The main
This one
deck.
cannot be-
Oh, I didn't pause. The main deck was not great, but it definitely got a bit better when we didn't look at DM cards. All right, let's keep going.
Explain my choices if that makes sense. Okay, so
Nice. Nice. 2 Dragoon.
2 is
Big.
fine. 2 Dark Magicians.
Oh, okay, no. Why do people play 2 of this? I see it on Duel Links. I see it in TCG. I see it on Master Duel. My brother in Christ, or my sister in Christ, or my they them in Christ. If you are ever in a position where you can make a second Dark Magicians, just ask yourself, why? Why? Surely you can make a better card by that point. Surely you can make Chaos Angel. Surely you can make Master of Chaos. Surely you've already done 1 Dark Magicians. The second one's normally not going to do much else. It's so bad. So bad. I don't like it. I agree with Matchy though. This list has potential with some revision. Agreed. He needs to watch some Matchy videos though. Would you agree, Matchy? I can understand in Duel Links, yeah, you turbo them out with the skill and this and that. I still just play 1 in Duel Links, and I honestly barely use it there, but you know what, maybe I'm bad at Duel Links DM. Anyway, let's keep going.
The lighting on it's kind of sorry.
It gives you
So,
some
Dark Magicians,
advantage.
you're gonna fuse off. So yeah, if you have Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, then you know.
Dragon Knight, cool, you can play the 1.
Dragon Crown, which you can use this.
Yeah,
for,
Mysterion, I'm still not sold on it, but sure.
Dragon Monster in your hand, you can summon off
Play
of them. Just want to feel with Guardian Chimera, the reason I run Poly.
Yeah, it's good.
For destruction, so that's also pretty helpful. In case you
Chaos
need
Angel,
something,
Anima, okay,
then you can just
cool.
summon this. Pot of
Cool.
Prosperity.
Artemis, yo!
Then
Let's go.
you can do more combos and more plays
SP,
against
nice.
SP.
Why all these people always have SP? They've spent like $100 on SP, but they won't play good deck lists.
Manage this and go if you got it. Really, really good. And it is 2 light or dark monsters.
Oh, he's on the Jeweler for tech, Azalea Gaming.
Which you do again run a lot of spells, so this is
Celine,
helpful.
nice. Wait, where's
Then
Dark?
you have access code, which you can also
Did he have Dark?
But you can have a lot of so this is very helpful.
There's no Dark.
Then we have access code. Which you
Okay,
can
that's
also
a bit
get
of a
rid because
worry. No
I
Dark.
have the playtesting that I
With all
did, I
the
didn't really go
like
into
everything in his
access
deck's
code
pretty
as
much
much, and I
Dark.
ended up
Besides
sending it
Artesia's
for cost
light, right?
on prosperity.
You know what I mean?
Just keep that in mind. And then Baron, because you can make level 10s. You can also get rid of this.
No, I don't mind Azalea. Azalea's not bad.
During my playtest, it's pretty good.
But like
Not
no
bad.
Dark? Huh?
And then lastly, Sky Typhon.
Sky Typhon, good.
Sorry, Typhon.
Good. Alright,
that's
that's the list. I don't think there's a side. I don't think there's any
combo.
combos. We're gonna end it there, but yeah, honestly, Yamy Mike, not the worst list. Needs a bit of tweaking. I would suggest if you're going down the branded or bestial route. Wait, he didn't have fusion deployment with Cartesia. That's a bit of a mistake in my opinion. He needs to go down and watch a matchy vid in my opinion. But anyway. Anyways, that was a good deck profile to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed. On to the next one. This looks like a good one. Twisted Nightmare Gaming. Just Dark Magician deck profile. It looks really good. I saw it and I thought this is going to be a classic. I'm just going to turn down the video in case it's too loud, but let me know if it's too quiet. Here we go.
You probably would never expect me to dredge this.
What?
I don't
What
think
was
I've
that
done a
cut?
Dark Magician deck profile since I did Dark Magica.
Okay, we're just going to skip to the list. I don't know what's going on here. 3DM. We're off to a shit
3
start.
Dark Magician, 1 Dark Magician Girl,
Oh, 4 bricks.
3 Illusion of Chaos,
Okay, that's alright.
2 Rod,
Okay.
3 Souls,
Okay.
one Brick.
Oh, 1 brick. Fellas, there's only 1 brick. What? Oh, hold on. This man doesn't realize he's got a house on his case. My god.
And then 1 Tamias.
I realize the profile is kind of off screen, so what I might do is I might just do it here like this because no one can actually see the cards.
And then I supplement
I
the
know
Dark
what I can
Magician side of this deck with, well, complemented I should say, by playing the absolute smallest cash tier engine you could play in
Here
this
we
deck.
go. That'll work.
3 Finger.
Ah, yeah, that makes the deck
I
better.
could have put an Ogre. Realistically, I have them. They're all from the 10. They all got reprinted in the 10s as Prismatic Secret Rare, so I could realistically play 3 1-1
Can I
if I really wanted to, but I kind of don't.
Oh, I can't.
And
I
then
can't
the
skip
last
the
little
same
mini,
way you would.
mini engine in here is
What? Okay, this is not really working.
one,
the way I
one
wanted it
Dasher,
to.
one Celestial, 1 Dasher,
DP8.
2 Dash.
What? Why are you playing deep? It's not Master Duel. Why are you playing DPE and Ref? He's playing DPE and Ref. Remember when he said only 1 brick? Remember when he said 1 brick? I'm counting a bit more than 1 brick, my guy. Also, I don't think I can do it in picture. I might just have to do it like this.
Destiny Fusion, and Legionnaire.
What? What? Just, oh yeah, 2 Destiny Fusion and Legionnaire. What? Anyone just casually drop a Legionnaire in their Dark Magician profile? What the? Remember when he called Red Eyes the only brick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can count 8, and that's me being nice. I think Tamaya should count as a 9 pseudo. But anyway. Oh, I meant the list was good, ironically. Don't worry. I didn't mean it seriously. I mean the list will be good as in, like, good pickings for us. As in, we're gonna have a great time watching it.
But they really sit here and count how many monsters this is. There's still more, because I do run hand traps in this deck.
There's hand traps. Okay.
Bell. Now, in all actuality,
I don't know why Bell 5 months ago. What does Bell hit 5 months ago? I don't know. Fact Veil is great because it hits Snake Eyes, Ash, and it's generic. I don't know what Bell's hitting, but maybe I'm dumb.
if I wanted to make this deck even higher in monster count, I'd probably play 3 Mourner also, because I'm not playing Imperm in this deck. I don't have a lot of Imperms, and I don't feel like interchanging them between multiple decks.
I don't have a lot of imperms and I don't want to interchange them. That seems awfully lazy when you're doing a deck profile, but sure. What's next?
So
Bell
this
hit
is
Lab,
where
but Lab
my
was not.
imperms
Yeah, I
stop.
didn't
They
think
stop
Lab
with
was very good.
priorities high.
Dragoon, when I played the one Labyrinth player I versed at YCS, man, Dragoon just shits on that deck. And in Master Duel, you know, we don't have that luxury, but man, does it just wreck their whole career.
And if you know me, I've never been the biggest Dark Magician fan, but I will play this to do somewhat of a mirror between me and Lunar 10-3. Just so I don't have to hear her complain about me playing zombies or gravekeepers against her.
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
And for the Dark Magician side of the deck, it's almost identical.
Alright, here's our
One
spells.
Dark Magic Attack, and then here's another difference: 2 Dark Magical Circle,
Dark
One
Magic
Salvation.
Attack, by the way.
2 Secrets of Dark Magic.
What is this obsession that people have with 2 secrets? Why? Oh, he destroys Dragoon easily? What did I do that I just beat this guy then? I did have the window lock as well most of the time. Well, not most of the time, but I just remember I schooled the lab guy. He was a good player too. He owned his own card shop and stuff. We were chatting after. He was a really nice guy. But like Dragoon just... I'm pretty sure Dragoon hard wins you that match. I know I had Village one game. And I think I had Window one game too. But like, regardless. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have to open pretty well to deal with it. But anyway. What is the 2 secrets thing? Someone please tell me. Why do people just jack it to 2 secrets? I hate it. It's really weird.
3 Soul Servant.
That's good.
And then the last Dark Magician, anything Dark Magician related, is 2 Eternal Souls. You can get away with playing 1. I played 2 because 1 always tends to get popped.
Oh, Eternal Soul, right. I thought he meant Soul 7 for a second. I was like, what? He could cut the Dark Magician... His Dark Magic attack looks fake, by the way. Cut the Dark Magic attack and cut the Circle and Eternal Soul to 1. And the Secrets to 1. Like, you'd have so much more. That's like 3 hand traps right there, right?
Every time. Without
Oh, 4. 4 hand traps.
At the end of the day, I wanted there to be differences between her deck and mine.
I know you can dodge Imperm with Secrets, but
other spell
when I'm activating Ref, that doesn't really work, does it?
in the deck. 1 Call by, 1 Magicalized Fusion, 1 Monster Reborn,
Okay.
2 Raigeki,
What?
and Terraforming.
Yo, we main decking Raigeki in a going first, most of the time, going first deck. Huh? What? Like, if this was Cyber Dragon, if this was Blue Eyes, if this was a deck that actively goes I second, Unga Bunga Grand Marju I second, or Numeron, I'd be like, yeah man, main deck Raigeki, Lightning Storm, whatever you like. What? Is this like one of those kids who's like, yo, Raigeki's off the ban list, guys, we gotta play it. In the side deck, my guy, in the side deck. I don't know what this deck does.
That's it for the main deck, folks. I ain't gonna sit here and try to bullshit you and act like I know exactly how many cards are in this deck. Somewhere between 40 and 50. So I can take. On to the monsters. 1 Dark Magician,
Okay.
the Dragon Knight.
Cool.
1 DPE.
Yeah.
Master of Chaos. You should have known this bitch was gonna be in this deck. I
Okay.
play Dark Magicians. Most of the monsters in this deck are spellcasters, besides a playset of psychics and a playset of zombies. And then 2 warriors.
Okay.
Dragoon. I play Dark Magicians. I'm a hard summon.
Wait, he's not playing Ref. He's playing 1 vanilla Red Eyes, but no Ref. So what, he's just gonna Tamias fuse or Secrets fuse with it? That is so bad. Why would you play the Red Eyes without... What? It's like playing the engine requirement without the good card. Does anyone here play Driver without 3 Gamma? Like, why would you play 1 Red Eyes without 3 Ref? Like, huh? What? I just realized that. That is absurd. That is absurd. I know he's playing Destiny Fusion too, but... Oh my lord.
It's kind of why the brick is in there. I kind of want to get the double pop, but if I don't, it is what it is.
I kind of want to get the double pop, then play Ref. Otherwise, you never... If you're not going to play Ref, don't play Vanilla Red Eyes. Like, what?
Most cuttable card in the main deck is the Red Eyes, because you can summon it off of Dark Magician into Maya.
Use Baby Dragon. Well, you actually can't use Baby Dragon because you have to use an effect Dragon monster or Red Eyes. It's very wild.
Honestly. The Dark Magicians.
Okay, at least there's one.
And then 1 Artemis.
Artemis, yo!
1 IP. 1 Link Karibo. Alright, so I'm missing 1 card.
See, DM Errors just said DM's a trap deck. Well, maybe back when it came out, and maybe when Eternal Soul was fresh. But there's a great trap deck called Labyrinth, and it says no other trap deck can exist, just Lab.
Card in this extra deck. And in all honesty, it could either be Unicorn, it can be Avermax, it could be any.
What's next?
In Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Savage Dragon.
Wait.
1.
Oh, because he's playing Effect Phaler? I guess. I don't know. Synchros when you don't have a normal combo that summons your tuners is kind of weird to me. It's like, what, you're going to normal your Effect Veiler? When is that ever going to really be good? You'd rather just keep it in your hand. Like, Effect Veiler and Souls makes a negate. It's like, you know what else makes a negate? Just keeping Effect Veiler in your hand. Anyway,
once I frame
let's
you
keep
should have
going.
known that Shangri-La was going to be.
Psychic.
No, I
and
wasn't playing a
Punisher.
Rise Heart. In fact, I actually was testing this build without a Rise Heart. Rise Heart was going
Yeah,
to
I
be
hate normal
another
summoning
link
traps.
to. So
The Flare Metal as well? I think we missed a Flare Metal get dropped.
rank 7 that I play is.
What's the last card? He just starts packing up. That's 14 cards. Where's the last one?
Playing Cashier P engine. Absolutely not. With time.
Okay, there's just no 15th extra deck card? Okay. Orlord Savage, normal summon Veiler, and use Dark Magician. That's all I can think with Magician Soul summoning it. That's all I can think of. 14 card extra deck. Wild. Well, thank you, Twisted Nightmare Gaming. We are all questioning our existence after that one. There was so many bricks. Oh, he was missing a card. Okay, well, I can't really hear him. You guys probably can hear him better than me. Wow. That was not a great profile, to say the least. The more we watched, the worse it got. I thought it would be one of those ones. It was good. It was a good watch. It was a good watch for humorous reasons. There's a lot going on there. Okay. New profile. This is... Oh, this guy always comments on my videos. As a pure DM deck, this thing is nice. Not sure why nobody likes secrets. Oh my god. People, get off secrets. You can fusion or ritual, it's quick play. Shut up! Oh my god, why do people say this? Secrets is so good, you can chain it to card effects. Well, wow. Wow, did you guys start playing yesterday? Like, yeah, that is a feature of quick play cards. It doesn't mean it's a good card. My god. People, stop jacking off secrets. Like, you're gonna make Konami never give us a better card. Yeah, everyone's like, it's quick play. Like, okay. Great. It's still really bad. My goodness. Okay. I don't know. I don't understand the Secrets meat writing. It's unhinged. It's delusion. It's like these people are brainwashed. It's truly crazy. Yeah, anyway, activate Brandon. Exactly. Literally every other deck has a better version of Secrets or just a better fusion spell. Or both. Crazy. Oh, you're right, because he needs a link engrave as well for Savage to be useful. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we're over that profile. This profile looks not great. Because it's already got people, hyping up secrets. It's never a good sign. So there's probably like 3 secrets in this build. I'm a bit scared.
Everyone, it's Trainer Dell, and this video I have for you my updated Dark Magician deck profile.
Ooh,
Not much has
updated.
changed. It's pretty straightforward. I just wanted to quickly go over that there was going to be a Dark Magician structure deck that I was hoping was going to bring new cards, but pretty good working Dark Magician is definitely better. You can go 3 if you make any spaces. There are some potential cuts.
No.
But for
Don't
right now,
tell
tools
them
are-
that.
It's just less bricky that way, and we're just trying to go into Dragoon, so it's more of like a piece.
Okay, 2 DM is a good start.
One Dark Magician girl, so we
Okay.
can go to some other stuff, and also, I always find her the defensive option when we have Magician's, what's that one? The field card, which was Magician Salvation, and also it helps with Soul Servant to draw an extra card if you get her to the field or the graveyard. 3 Magical Rod, almost went down to 2. I was testing 2, but I just didn't see it enough.
Yeah.
And I just like to have the 3rd one, just it helps out.
I think 2 or 3 of that's still fine. Kind of like Illusion of Chaos. It's like, yeah, whatever.
It's the one that helps you search for any Dark Magician spell or trap card, and has that whole effect where if you activate a spell, trap, or effect of a spell or trap card,
Show us your
Magician
souls.
at 3.
Great, 3,
list Dark
great.
Magician.
Let's move
I was
on.
going 3 with this. So I went 3 this and then 2 Rod, and because this is searchable, I decided to just flip it back. So 2 for me,
Okay,
I need to see
cool.
1 if you just want
That's a good ratio. It's fine.
1 to Mias, the Night Dragon.
Good
just
ratio
another
if you're
Night
gonna play it
into
1 or
Dragoon
none.
And I've seen 2 sometimes, like on Master Duel, I've seen people play 2, but I'm just fine with the 1.
Yeah, don't play 2.
One thing that hurt me to cut was Apprentice Illusion Magician. I'm playing just 1 now. I really like 3. I thought it was fun with Rod and everything, but we just had to make some extra cuts.
Yeah,
so just one of her is fine.
It's okay at 1.
I don't think she
Not
backs
amazing,
up
but it's okay.
in a sense.
Oh,
so
no!
just one is fine. All right, so Magic Karibo is a card you can cut out if you want to for another Apprentice Illusion Magician, but I really like Magic Karibo. I think it's so funny. It's just Karibo with the Dark Magician equip. Like, you know, it's like, you know, when Kirby sucks in an opponent in Smash. That's what this.
You gotta love in a deck profile when someone's like, I play a card because it's funny. Oh, sorry. I guess we're all not comedic geniuses like you. We just don't see the humor in playing a dog shit card. But please elaborate on how funny this card is. Is it funny when you lose the game because you tried to rely on a battle hand trap? Or yeah, I don't know. This card is very cute, but it doesn't do enough. It's not even on the level of Battle. If you were playing Battle Fader, I'd be like, nice. This isn't even on Battle Fader's level. It doesn't end the battle phase. Summons DM. It did have potential to be good, but you don't really need it. Ever. If you start by saying, I play this card because it's funny, that's probably not a great start to a sentence. I have a deck profile with it, and I'm pretty sure on the profile I'm like, I played it to try it. Legitimately, and it was terrible, and I'm never going to do it again. I did want an in-archetype hand trap, but you're right. I did want an in-archetype hand trap. This is not it, though. I understand what you're saying, but battle hand traps, not great. Not technically hand traps. But yes, it's a searchable battle hand trap. Fantastic. Love that. Maybe if there's a format where Tricksters or Burn's really popular, this could be good, because it activates on effect damage, which is kind of funny. But, yeah, anyway. It's quick play, or quick effect in this case, but yeah.
This card reminds me of. So yeah, you can just kind of, like, during the main phase or battle phase, if you took damage by battle or a card effect, yeah, you can just send this from your hand to the graveyard, especially Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. So that's a cool thing. You can also summon Dark Magician Girl from your deck or graveyard. And if a face-up spellcaster monster you
take damage, you can take damage by battle or card effect.
But it's just repeatable. Like I've been more defensive with this deck.
It's repeatable, but not in the right ways. It's not like a loop. It's not like, if anyone's played or versed Altergeist, it's like a bad version of Conquery. Conquery is a one-of they play that's essentially your opponent attacks you, you summon Conquery and you stop the attack. I think it might even end the battle phase, but I think it's just you stop the attack and it does something else as well. And it's a nice one-of that they play. It's not quite on the same level as Magic Karibo. Like, Magic Karibo is worse. If it was similar to Conquery, we'd probably play it. But once again, it's not Conquery. If you know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments. If you have no idea, that's fair enough.
And then to get to the combo, we got 3
Ash is cool. Nice.
Deck now, so I need to bring Baylor out.
Next.
This, I'm so glad is getting reprinted and more affordable. But Soul Servant, it already is kind of more affordable, but still, some people, you know, might think $7 to $8 a card
it's
is
very
a
affordable.
And add to the top of your deck.
I like that he's playing 3.
You know, banish it if you have Dark Magician Girl in the field or graveyard and draw cards. We got 2 Dark Magical Circles. Went with 2 now. Because
2's better than 1. 3. Let's go. Well, I think 1's good too. But hey, look, if you guys want to play Magic Karibo, go for it. But you know, please max out on the cards that matter. At least ref with Magic Karibo is better than ref with, I don't know, any other DM monster really. Because at least you got it in Battle Trap. And Magic Karibo will try to add itself back to the hand when a spellcaster dies. So there's more fodder for ref for Dragoon to discard, you could say.
Feeling because we have so much searching and stuff going on, anyways. I feel like the 2 is definitely fine.
Those
here.
are just not good. Secrets
1,
number.
Secrets of Dark Magic. I might bump this up 1 more. I was hoping
no
for Infusion or
keep it at 1.
Ritual spell in a sense.
Don't bump it up. You've got it at 1. That's perfect. It's great.
In the structure deck, but you know, I think 1 of this is fine. 2 maybe. And 1 thing you can take out is like the Dark Magic attack. If you want to, but I like to have it, especially like when we already have Dark Magician set up and we have nothing else to do. This can help thin the deck when we have Eternal Soul out. And sometimes some back row decks it blows it out. The Magician's Salvation, and I put the Platinum Collector's Rare that I pulled.
Okay, cool. It's a 1. It's good.
So, yeah, this one, then you can get the other one out from your graveyard. So Magician Girl on defense.
I did just
kind of like stay alive at times.
And there is only one.
Oh, no, lads.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. But that's not the end.
Don't look. Don't look.
With his full strength and full taste, it's full.
Don't look, fellas. Don't let them get your money.
Thirsty blade.
I'm outing myself for the fact that I don't have YouTube Premium. Dark Magic Attack is a great side deck card at 1, I'll say that, and that's about it. I don't think you should have a mainer unless it's a Mystic Mine format. Mystic Mine is banned.
2 secrets. This is mainly one of the reasons why I wanted to still have 3 Magician's Rods. Just have like a normal summon in this, because against some decks, if they don't have any...
That's a really good point, Matchy. I like that. That's really cool. Matchy mentioned, if Magic Reaver would be cool if it worked like Psyframe, Omega, and Driver. Summons DM from hand deck to negate an activation. That would be insane, and we'd actually play it. That could be really cool. Spell card, Village, yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
Spellcasters, they're just... In some decks, it's a 2 preparation.
Prep, that's cool.
The illusion of chaos. The Secrets of Dark Magician has so many like fusions in them, so it is a sneaky win card at times. That could take some of your opponent's stuff.
What?
You can just go for it.
Why 1? Why 1 on a going second like break board card? What? If you're gonna play a go second board break, play at least 2 and play 2 and play multiple different ones. They're like 2 evenly, 2 super poly, 2 Nibiru, something like that, like a nice split. I know that those cards kind of clash a little bit. That might be not the best suggestion, but 2 super poly, 2 evenly, that would be cool. Why play 1? The rest of the deck's kind of geared for going first. 1 super poly. Like, huh? I don't know. Anyway.
We got Terraforming. Still 1 Terraforming to help search. This card also
fine.
Village Spellcasters.
This has got Salvation and Village.
Call by the Grave.
Call by, nice.
Maybe Soul
Upstart,
Servant
1. Okay, sure.
Upstart Goblin still at 1. Pretty alright. Sometimes you can stack your next card. So that's
Eternal Soul, how many?
A strat you can do. 2 Eternal Souls. I think 2 is totally fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
The Dark Magician
it's not 3.
And whatnot. It just helps out so much. And like I said, a good thing
Skill
is
Drain.
this face probably leaves the field. Yeah, if you want to search like Dark Magic Attack, you can do that.
Skill Drain on the ban list? I forget.
I am playing 2 Skill Drain in the main. I got 1 in the side. So that's just here. Just Skill Drain wins games, and against some other decks, again, can be super blowout.
You could probably just swap out that super poly for a third
where,
one, but I don't know. Maybe there's an argument.
Stuff won't really help against Kashtira. I think like if you go first, this definitely 3 Solemn Strikes just to like stop effects and stuff, and just we don't really pay much life points other than like Skill Drain.
So you could probably swap out a strike.
So I decided just to put back Solemn Strikes
for another super poly. So you at least have 2.
Like I said, straightforward Dark Magician deck profile. You can go 2, but I decided for my 2 to do Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Ew, mixed rarities, but yeah, there we got Dragon, Magician, the Dark Knight, Amulet Dragon.
Well, okay. You don't need Amulet or Dark Cavalry, but okay.
Dark Cavalry.
Oh man, you don't need. This is so bad. This card's an abomination. If you can summon this, you can make Dragoon. So just do that.
Dark Magician of the Knight of Dragon Magic, all these names and stuff. Master.
That's all right.
Chaos.
Oh man. Oh brother. There's way too many fusions here. And way too many unplayable ones. They just won't come up. And it'll just be a make Dragoon is a better option moment.
Dark Magician, Girl, the Dragon Knight. Predaplant, Dragospellia. Like
okay.
A lot of these are kind of like super poly targets anyways.
No, they are not. Do not say that. Stop telling DM players to fuse with their own cards with Super Poly. You're going like neg 4. Well, not really, but you know what I mean.
Like, 1 Dark Magician Warrior, level 7 or higher Dragon or Warrior, and then...
Oh yeah, this is a pure list, isn't it? So in a pure list, for some reason, people just won't play, like, the extra deck unpure. I don't understand. Like, you're playing Upstart Goblin and Preparation of Rites. These are generic searching cards. You can also play generic extra deck cards, and it doesn't make the deck not pure. And anyone who says it's not pure, like, they're a freaking casual. Who cares?
Chaos. But yeah.
Starving Venom, okay.
Yeah, super poly targets.
1 Ebon. I don't think he has a way to make this pass before turn 1, so it's kind of dead.
Got 1 Ebon Illusion. This definitely can be taken out, but
yep, do it.
You would want 3 Dark Magicians in the deck, but I just kind of like to keep it in here. It's pretty cool. Artemis, just so you can when you normal summon Rod, and then
that's good.
This one over it,
but I think that's his only link.
He just gets Rod back in the graveyard, so you can reuse the Magician's Rod and stuff.
Oh no.
IP Masquerena for the little wombo combo also. So if you use Dark Magician and whatever, go into this, and then Eternal Soul back Dark Magician out, and then on their opponent's turn go into Nightmare Unicorn to bounce or shuffle back in. So that's that's the little wombo combo. My side deck
He admitted Ebon is there for funsies. Cool.
isn't like the greatest, but you know, we play like one Palladium Oracle Mahad. Just, you know, if you want to have
Wait,
this,
what?
like the side deck for me is like,
Wait, what? Side deck Mahad. You ever go, alright, I'm versing this Labyrinth player, let me side in my Mahad. That'll show him. That'll show him, won't it? None of these profiles have played or mentioned Chaos Angel, by the way. Once again, I do not own Chaos Angel, but I do mention it in every profile I do. I'm like, hey, you should definitely play this card. If I'm doing an online profile, I have it because, you know, it's free. It's online. If it's a real profile, I'm like, hey, I don't have it. You should buy it, though, and play it if you want to pay the money. It's very, very good.
I want to have more fun. If I want to be a little less competitive, because I mean, it's not even competitive to begin with.
Yeah,
But,
you main Mahad or you don't play.
it.
Like,
So this can help.
wasted side deck slot. I don't care if you're playing pure. Like, that doesn't mean your side deck has to have Mahad in it. Like, just play good side deck cards.
Us draw 3 with Soul Servant.
I agree. Chaos Angel's too expensive, but I'm just saying, like, you should definitely. I recommend good cards. It's a good card.
Phasma against Link decks, but it's like,
This is good.
whatever,
Phantasma's
like,
cool. In fact, they look
move
great.
these over here.
Put them in the main.
Ashes now. The 2 extra.
The other
Super
two
Poly.
super poly. Okay.
These we got one Raigeki. Just as a
At least this Regeki's in the side, not the main.
like, I don't know, like a bait card, but you know, this is easily, you can take this out if you want. The extra preparation.
You'll ever be like, okay, it's time for me to side in my third copy of Prep because I need to be extra consistent in my branded matchup or something like. What? This is just like cards to play instead of what's in the main. That's not what a side deck is. A lot of people on YouTube seem to make profiles and their side deck is just like cards you can play like instead, and it's like that's not what your side deck is.
Rights. Illusion Magic.
What? Do you ever go, damn, in this frog matchup, I really need to side in illusion magic to tribute my rod and get 2 DM in my hand, you know? That'll help me win the frog match or like the paleo match. What is the logic in this? A side deck is like, here's a matchup that's bad for me or is very meta right now. Here's a 15 card side deck that helps me deal with at least one of the meta decks. Or these 6 cards are for Labyrinth. These 6 cards are for Branded. These 3 that I have left, or like whatever that's left, oh, you know, they're for Snake Eyes, or you know what I'm saying? That is how a side deck's meant to go, just for those wondering. It should be cards that counter, 1, the meta, or 2, your locals meta if you're going to locals. Sounds a bit scummy, but it's like, well, you know what people are playing. You can go, well, I know that there's 2 players at locals who play Snake Eyes, so I'm going to play Impermanent Veilers, or, you know, some side deck card that beats that deck. It's not really a lot, so good luck. But you know what I mean? You do the thing. You play the cards that beat the good decks in your side. If they're not going to fit into the main, or there's not a reason to play them in the main, or if there's multiple good decks in the format, you go, cool, I'm going to main deck for my engine to be the best and the most generic hand traps, and then the very specific hand traps or floodgates can go into the side deck, where I side them in games 2 and 3. Just in case you don't know how side deck works.
I was so high on this card, I really liked it, but because we're running like 2 Dark Magicians,
Why?
It's been like whatever.
I was so high on this card, by the way. I think you're high on something else.
It's really, it can be changed.
Oh, I skipped the rest.
Eradicator,
Okay. Don't side Navi. You can side Virus and Skill Drain. That's cool. Don't side Navi.
Extra skill drain. So, like, as you
What
can
does
see, half of it
siding
can
Navi
be changed
do?
to your preference, to your meta, to how you like it. But yeah, that's just how
Yeah, like Matches just said, people alter their side deck for him at locals. It's a thing that happens. A lot of people side Dragoon out. Exactly. When I go to locals, everyone knows to hold their Ash for the ref. Everyone knows to play Kaijus or Tactics or Thrusts, stuff to out Dragoon, because it's so easy to out Dragoon, and it's very easy to, you know, go, well, hey, this guy's going to be playing. But also, Dragoon's outed by a lot of generic shit now, so I wouldn't necessarily say they're playing it for me, but, you know, back in the day when Anaconda was legal, like, yeah, I would say people were playing stuff specifically because I was playing Dragoon. Like Utopia Beyond in the one player we had to play Virtual World, we'll play that to put Dragoon's attack to 0, and then, you know, beat over him. But anyway, the point is, you know, people at locals will side for the matches they expect to verse, because that's kind of what you do. Yeah, no, Matchy's not saying they specifically side for him, but they definitely have some generic cards that work against Matchy's builds. It's a thing that happens. There's some crossover there, and that's the point of the side deck. Generic crossover cards that will help you in multiple matchups. But yeah. Yeah, they know what's going on. They side accordingly. Exactly. Anyway, this profile was, it was interesting. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I'm not sure why Secrets is so hyped up. It's not very good. It's very mid. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Epic. But we're not done there. We've got Dab's cards. Great profile. I like the two Tamias. Godsmith of Chaos. How would you go on this man's profile and lie? How could you do that? That's rough. Alright, well, this video intro I found really funny, so we're gonna watch this one.
What's up, YouTube? This is your boy, Dad's Cards. Today on my channel, I'll be showing you my Dark Magician control deck. What?
Oh yeah, I love when people are like, I play Dark Magician in a control style. It's like, as opposed to what? Like, OTK Dark Magician? Mid-range Dark Magician? Like, what is it opposed to? There's only one way to play the deck, really, and it's ref. The other versions are just bad. Let the man dab, alright? Let him cook. Each dab makes his control more controlling. Whoa!
This deck
Did anyone else shit their pants or just me?
can actually hold its own against the meta.
What? This deck holds itself against the meta. Alright, let's see how he does it.
Let's dab into his profile.
Damn, we're dabbing into the profile.
First card we're gonna get into is the Dark Magician.
He's got two. It's a good start. Let's not lie. The Dabmeister has a better profile than like all the profiles we've looked at tonight. Good job, King.
So we run him at 2. Used to run him at 3, but 3 gets a little bricky.
Based.
You know what I'm saying? It's the United Dragon.
Alright, he just talked about things being bricky and then shows two Tamias. That's a little ironic, is it not? It's like, hey, we used to play 3, gets a little bricky. Anyway, here's 2 of a card that's highly searchable and does nothing by itself and requires you to send a card to the graveyard to summon it and then can be negated. But anyway, here's 2 of it.
This guy's basically polymerization.
I hate that. I hate when people say that. They always say, this card is poly or poly on legs. Guys, poly's not a good card. Like, saying this is a monster form of poly is in fact nearly worse. Because guess what? Poly can't be impermed or veilored or Ghost Ogre. This card loses to Ghost Ogre because it leaves the field from Ghost Ogre and then you cannot use it as a dragon source to fuse with, which you normally are. So, I don't know. People saying this is poly, it's just like poly came out at the start of the game. And it wasn't good. Anyway, let's move on.
Get him out. The Dark Magician.
3 souls, well that's good. You love to see it.
For send the souls, we run Rod.
3 Rod, yeah, that's cool.
So Illusion of Chaos.
Okay, 3 Illusion of Chaos, it's not bad. It's fine.
Run Illusion of Chaoses. So it's like basically having
prep.
8 of the
3 Illusion. You probably run it the other way around with the 2 Illusion Chaos, 3 prep, but that's fine. 2 or 2 is also very nice.
Soul Servant helps.
Nice, 3 Soul Servant.
And then draw searchable. When you summon a Dark Magician, you can target a card.
Okay, his ratios, besides the Tamias, they're not bad. Not bad. We've got to pay some respect to the Dabmaster here.
Card on the Magicians in the Monster Zones from basically polymerization.
Oh, god damn it. I was just saying his ratios are good, and then he goes and he flops out the double secrets on me. You guys know. You know how much I hate double secrets. Because there is the wonderful card in the deck called Soul Servant. There's also Tamias. Like, if you're going to play Tamias, like, you definitely don't need more than 1 secret or more than 1 Tamias. Play them at 1. Strictly 1. Because Soul Servant can recycle Tamias, it can recycle Secret, it recycles any card in the deck, guys. Even the extra deck cards. Like, even the extra deck cards, Soul Servant can put back and draw. Like, or you don't draw the extra deck cards. But you get what I mean, you draw anyway. You get to draw regardless. There's no Salvation here, which, like, I'm not going to kill him for not playing Salvation. Salvation is fine to not play, but, like, if you're going to play 2 Eternal Soul, you may as well just play 1 Salvation, 1 Eternal Soul, you know what I'm saying? Because then you can send, like, he's playing 2 Tamias. He could send the Salvation for a Tamias, send the Salvation for Magician Souls, you get it, you get it. Anyway.
like to use it on my opponent's turn, so I can like summon Guardian Chimera. That way I can,
Yes,
pop
that
two,
is
draw
how a
one,
quick
or
play spell works.
draw
You
one,
can
pop
use it on your opponent's turn.
two. Vision sets internal soul.
Okay, he is playing Salvation. It's a weird time to show it. Okay. Okay, at least he's playing it. But yeah, and 2 secrets, I'm crying.
We summoned one of them for common cards. We also run 1 village of the spellcaster.
Oh, nice. Terraforming 1 village. I like that. That's good.
Mystic Mine. So Mystic.
Oh, this is when mine was legal. Okay. Well, he better be playing, what's the name of it? The Cop, Beat Cop. He needs to be playing Beat Cop in the extra deck, so turn 1 he can commit to plays, bait his opponent into using hand traps and stuff, and then just go into Beat Cop and put the Mystic Mine down and put the counter on the Mystic Mine. Anyway, it's still not a good play.
Mine's in here, you know what I'm saying?
It's very funny.
And 3 Demise of the Land.
Oh wow, it's a Mystic Mine
For
build.
more floodgates, we run.
In that case, he's playing way too many monsters for a Mystic Mine build.
Skill Drain at 2. Goes in match at 2. Goes in says either player can only control one attribute. That's why I run Demise at 2, because it kind of conflicts, because he's a different attribute. As you can see, the other one.
What? Why did he bring up Timaeus being at 2 in regards to the floodgates at 2? Because he's light. Like, that's even more reason to play. Playing Gozen is even more reason to play Timaeus at 1. I understand mine helps you deal with the meta. I guess technically he didn't lie. But why 2 secret? Like, if you're going to play Floodgate DM, you're going to open up, like, Skill Drain, Gozen Match, Demise of the Land, Timaeus Secrets. Like, just play the fusion cards at 1. Because they're already really searchable. But why? Why? I can't even tell.
Someone else is Timaeus, you gotta watch out for the same.
Oh my god, okay. Play your Timaeus at 1. You are playing Rivalry, Gozen, Skill Drain. Play your Timaeus at 1 and your Secrets at 1, sir. Please.
That thing, DarkMagician stuff, and 1 Upstart Goblin to keep everything consistent.
1 Upstart, okay. This
Artemis
is when
is for when we normally
Yo,
run,
Artemis,
we try to
based.
establish,
Good with Mystic
Link
Mine.
Spider, that way we can get the,
Based, Link Spider.
Monsters,
Dark based.
Shuffle card back into the deck, it's insane.
Unicorn, yeah, it's alright. Phoenix, yeah, okay.
This helps me get over like 8.
What the heck? Okay, I don't think you need that, but sure.
Plus, we also run Garura. So.
Why? Maybe he's siding Super Poly on the deer or something?
We can then link him off with grab. And the, this one's
okay, he's signing Super Poly for sure.
DarkMagician. Fusion targets, we got the Casters.
Okay, 1 DarkMagicians, 1 Dragon Knight.
Magicians,
what else?
You know, something like.
Why is he talking about DarkMagician?
So yeah, you know DarkMagician and then that Chaos of Illusion that I run.
No Beat Cop.
But basically, this can like banish all my goons. So
yeah, 2 goon. Okay, nice.
I don't
nice.
To run cards that your opponent can't even respond to.
Droplet, like Dark Ruler, Super Poly. Wow,
like
actually, lots of good side cards.
So I run 3 light.
Okay, very strong
Cosmics?
going second cards.
There are
here.
better side cards.
Pretty much all going second spells. Don't hate it. Side deck surprisingly good. No Verte. Well, I mean, this is a time when no Verte. Sad times. Sad times.
Yes. Any comments at all? Leave them in the comment section down below. If you guys have any subscribe, make sure
Damn,
you
he got the fingers. He got the fingers. This is only from a year ago, by the way. Well, it's probably a little bit longer, but Master of Chaos is giving him the goods. Giving him the goods. What do we think? What do we think? It's not the worst list we've seen tonight. It's quite good. Quite good. It was from a Mystic Mine format, so haters might hate on the Mystic Mine, but you know, that does give it a little bit of a competitive edge as to, oppose all the other lists we saw. Why is he dabbing randomly? Guys, it's Dab's cards. Come on, man. He's gonna dab. It's okay. Dabbing's still cool, right? Right? Please. I need to know. You know what? Not too bad. Not too bad. But we're not done. I found another channel. Now, this is a year ago again, but it's really hard to find profiles. The only people who upload profiles now are like Matchy and Ray and like Master Duel players and a lot of good DM players. And there's a couple players who YouTubers who upload stuff I can't talk about. But, yeah, that's about it. There's someone who uploads a DM profile nearly every 2 months or 3 months, but I can't talk about it. But, yeah, those profiles, I bet they're great. Naming your channel after a meme surely won't die out. True. I named my channel after a meme as well. Hopefully he doesn't die. Okay. Late Night Nerding. This is a channel I've never heard of. and 58 subs. So small channel. I'm not trying to punch down here, but we are interested in what they are playing Dark Magician wise. Oh, Lord, you have a profile. Put it in the Discord. We can see good link too, and some good cards. So let's jump into the profile, see what they have to say.
I know it's been a while, but I'm coming back at you with my Dark Magician deck profile.
Let's go.
This deck profile is going to be crazy. Like,
okay, let's see it.
But
all right, we're not there yet.
Two Dark Magicians. We only run the 2 Dark Magicians. Then we have the 1 Dark Magician girl.
Cringe.
The 1 Red Eyes, still, of course, very standard. Then we have our 1 Illusion.
There's a really nice Red Eyes art, by the way. I love that art.
Chaos. I only run 1, only because it's incredible.
The D. Wait, is there a channel that uploads every so often that shouldn't be acknowledged? Yes. Yes, there is.
Incredibly searchable. Preparational Rites is such a good card. You can also have access to it through Rod.
Wait, one Illusion of Chaos?
Listerine has 5 times more cleaning power than brushing and flossing alone.
Complete the clean with Listerine.
Don't look.
Up your old deck. Turn it into
Here, look at this instead. This is cool. Alright, we're back.
And then you can just draw it, and then I have some other cards in here that'll also help you draw too.
Sorry,
so,
the D.
I feel like I do see this card very, very often.
Wait, is he really playing 1 Illusion of Chaos? I'm just gonna go back and check.
The 1 Red Eyes still, of course,
DMG, 1 Red Eyes.
because it's
1 Illusion.
incredibly searchable.
Yeah, it is,
preparational Rites.
Probably need more than 1. But anyway.
And then if I don't have it, I always have.
Maybe he's got the ratio solved, and it's 1 Illusion of Chaos, 3 prep. Maybe he knows what we don't.
And we have our 2 rods.
Yeah, that's fair, because he's playing ref.
Get a little brick. And they just
3 souls, nice.
Apprentice Losing Magician.
Apprentice, alright.
1 Timaeus the United Dragon.
Good ratios.
And then I also run the Magic Karibo.
Okay.
So this card's actually pretty good. And if you don't know what it does, during the main phase or battle.
Does his name start with a J and end with a Julius? Julifer? No, it's not Julifer. We can talk about Julifer. Julifer's chill most of the time. Magic Karibo again. It's okay. I don't like it. The other one-ofs are questionably not that much better though, so let's be real. Godney Grapes! Godney Grapes is a legend, and he's here.
Battle phase, if you took damage by battle or an opponent's card effect.
Alright, we're not reading Magic Karibo.
I'm sorry. Major effect. Magician.
Sorry, I'm just gonna keep skipping. He's really talking about Magic Karibo.
All the special summon.
What? He's main decking Spooky Dogwood. What? Why would you main deck Spooky Dogwood? This is like a side deck card to win in time. Huh? It's like a terrible version of Max C. It's Max C for LP instead of drawing.
Summoning that people do nowadays with the combo decks and just everybody spamming the board. Very good.
Okay. Wow.
This and Snow Rabbit.
Yeah. One Ghost Ogre, 2 Dogwood. What is the ratios here? Alright. I think I said the ratios were good in this list. Now I'm like, huh?
Reason with the format right now, nowadays that are just used.
Alright, we're just gonna skip ahead again.
Box.
We don't really need to hear logic on
only because I like
Godney Grapes. Thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. You're a legend. He is burning in the kitchen. He's got 1 Aluba, 1 full of Malbaz. I'm getting a bit scared. Shoutouts to Godney Grapes. Though, can everyone put some grapes in the chat? I want to see those grapes in the chat, everybody. Here, I'll begin. Get them grapes. I want to see them grapes in the chat. 1 Aluba, because I guess he's playing Branded Fusion, but like, just wouldn't you like max on that stuff?
The way that they work in this deck because the deck
is
Matt,
all
you
got
dark.
A membership, big.
Most are a lot of spells. Standard, we play the Dark Soul Servant, and then we play the Dark Magical Circle.
Okay, not bad.
And then we're gonna also play 2 Secret Villages of Spellcasters, and that's very standard. You have a preparation rights. I still run Terraforming.
Yeah, that's cool.
This or this Now that Mystic Mind's gone, and that I don't understand why they got rid of Mystic Mind. I really don't. I know Mystic Mind is a all card that we had. A good card.
What else do we got?
You can always get still one branded fusion. It's just a solid fusion card.
Branded fusions are 1 in Master Duel, not in TCG. Why would you play 1? There's no Anaconda. He's playing 1 Aluba, 1 branded fusion. Wouldn't you just play 2 branded fusion? Like, what? Why wouldn't you just start by playing 3 branded fusion? And then if you're like, damn, I want to see it more, then play Aluba. Like, you'd play the branded fusion at a max number first, before you play a card that searches 1 of branded fusion. Yeah, Man City doesn't know why they got rid of Mystic Mind. And then plays branded fusion at 1. He had 2 prep. It's the ratio, bro's got it solved. True. He's cooking. He knows what we don't know. He knows what we don't.
I run the 1 fusion deployment.
What? Why would you play 1 fusion deployment, 1 branded fusion? They are not on the same level. Like, when you play a card at the same ratio as another, you are saying essentially they are of the same importance or the same power in a deck. Not always is that true, but I think 90% of the time it probably is. So when I see someone play branded fusion at 1 and fusion deployment at 1, you're saying to me they are the same level to you. Salvation's also at 1 for this same reason. Great argument here. Or great piece of evidence, I should say. So Salvation's at 1, fusion deployment's at 1, branded fusion's at 1. The reason you would play cards at 1 is either they're highly searchable, they're kind of low impact. That's pretty much it. Low impact or highly searchable engine cards. Branded fusion is a blowout card. You probably increase your win rate by like, I think Matchy had a video on this. Someone did, where they're like, the win rate of branded when you open branded fusion is like something like increased by like 50 or 60%. Something ridiculous. I just can't understand how you can upload a deck profile and be like, yeah, 1 branded fusion, it's okay. 1 Aluba to search, 1 fusion deployment. It's like, what? Huh? Like, what? I don't know. It's very weird. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. 1 ref. 1 branded fusion. He's still, that's only 1 and 1. And once again, he's saying Red Eyes Fusion is on the same power level as Salvation. That's absurd. Yeah, it's like playing it's like playing 1 Snake Eyes Ash. Why would you do that? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You just wouldn't. It's just bizarre.
Goblin, Soul card, 1 Dark Ruler no more.
He's as a stall card. Not quite what that does, but okay.
That actually is hard stuff. And the board and they feel that teams unstopped, win all, lose all.
Okay, he's explaining Dark Ruler. That's a bit of a worry. Is that 1 Secrets? 1 Magic Eyes? Pretty good ratio there. Yeah, as Sinky Waves, as Sync Wavy Plays has said, you wouldn't play any good card at 1. Unless it's restricted by a ban list, right? Like Cold Buys at 1, we have to play 1. But you wouldn't play a card at 1 if it was good. It's a very simple rule. You can't hear anything he's saying. Neither. Oh, I've muted it. Apologies, I've muted it. All right, it's unmuted now. He's not saying much. It doesn't really matter.
Book of Knowledge, just for the draws.
A lot of one-offs.
We have this, and then we have the Upstart Goblin to help us draw.
A lot of one-offs.
So there's that. And then we're gonna go right into the trap cards.
He's probably having some fun. That is accurate.
But here's what I got for you guys. We have the 2 Eternal Souls. Just 2. You don't need 3.
His ratios on DM cards are quite good. Is like the dilemma, but then on his like tech stuff, he just kind of goes wild.
Skill drains. 2 Infinite Impermanences.
Okay.
We're still running our 2 Rivalry of Warlords. I like this better than Gozen Match. But I do have
depends on the format.
Depends on the format. switch it out if I so happen to need to. And I run evenly matched. I main deck evenly matched, yes. Now in today's format, like I said, with Ghost Bell and Spook Dog, your life points get so high, and if you want to take a hit, this is you just leave your board clear, free and clear, give that straight attack. And this right here is the wind all, clear all. It's kind of like a lightning storm, if you use it correctly.
What?
But there's that. And then I run the one summon limit. Another stalk.
That was probably the worst explanation of how to use evenly matched I've ever heard. Dude said it's basically like a lightning storm. On top of it's a 2020. It says 2022, but it says a year ago, and like it's 2024. So I'm like, what? I don't know. Maybe YouTube's weird and it is from 2022. Like as far as I can tell, unless can I expand these details? Oh no, it is December 2022, but like that's basically 2023, right? It's not that big a deal. The DM deck hasn't changed a lot in that time, to say the least. Like, I understand what he's saying, like, evenly is a board breaker. It is a going second board breaker, but he justified playing it with Spooky Dogwood. So what he's saying is what? He wants you to do it at the end of their battle phase? Because no, normally you still want to waste your battle phase. You normally use your own battle phase, because your opponent's normally committed to setting back row in main phase 2 and stuff like that. And then you can just punish them by giving up your battle phase evenly. Banishing face down is a lot better than Lightning Storm wiping stuff to the grave. Banishing face down is amazing. Very different to Lightning Storm. I did need to check the month. And December, that's basically 2023. And let's be real, the deck has not changed. So, whatever. He's going to play one summon limit. It's whatever. It's whatever. Let's see what else there is.
Card. Main deck.
Extra deck.
Now I'm going to run the... Also run an Appaloosa. Run one IP Get Masquerena, a Unicorn, and I also run an Appaloosa. In like middle to late game, Appaloosa does come in.
Where's Celine access code though?
Handy when I go into this here and then link into the Appaloosa. So that's it for the links. Okay, then we're gonna go straight into our XYZ.
Wait, that's it for the links, and now we're getting into XZs. I don't think this deck had a way to XZ like turn 1. I don't know. He didn't have 2 Appaloosas. He keeps stacking the cards. So it was Dark IP Unicorn and then Appaloosa. I don't know how he's doing these are not the links. I'm very confused. Now he's going to show us XZs, but he doesn't have a way to get to an XZ turn 1. I always say this, like, think about before you put cards in your extra deck, like, can you actually make them on your first turn? If not, unless it's like a mad blowout card, you don't really need to play it, you know? But let's see. Guesses on what's in the extra deck. Someone said Eborn. Someone's asking where's Mirror Jade. Well, let's find out.
Cards. I'm gonna get these out of the way for us, and then I have a small XYZ lineup.
Eborn.
Just 3 XYZ monsters.
People cannot get over Eborn, can they? Like, ever since that card came out, they're just like, oh my god, a DMXZ. It doesn't do anything going first for a start. Ebon doesn't do anything going first because its effect is to attack and banish with the vanilla. So once, number 1, it's a battle phase effect. Number 2, unless you're playing Chronicle Magician or some other level 7 package, you can't make it on your first turn. And even if you're playing second, on your first turn playing second, you need to summon it or it's essentially a, useless XZ. So, I don't know, people love this card when they could just be playing Chaos Angel or something more relevant. Flare Metal, I do like that you can like swing into your opponent with 2 DMs, go into Flare Metal and you pretty much win, or they only have like a couple of plays they can make, but not really great. Yeah, and he's playing Ebon with 2 DM. So it's like, what? He's not playing any other level 7s, I don't think. So what does he do? He overlays both DM into Ebon, and then he can't summon, he can't even detach because he doesn't have a 3rd DM. And that's the other thing. Ebon Illusion makes a lot of people play 3 DM, which, like, don't play 3 DM to make an extra deck card better, guys. Like, an extra deck card you normally can't summon turn 1 and does nothing turn 1. Like, don't play 3 bricks just to justify a going second XZ that is not great. It's really bad. Really bad. Flare Metal has a special place in my heart. I can understand wanting to play Flare Metal. But yeah, it's still a bit of a miss. Zeus is a good card, obviously, but yeah. Yeah, these profiles are exhausting. Okay, let's keep going.
Ebon, Zeus is always a good card.
Because Cash Tira is not here. There's other cards you can play though to make rank 7 easier. The Shooter, Henyi, Chronicle Magician. Like if Cash Tiras are not in the game yet, there's still better cards you can play to make rank 7s. There's that terrible Thunder guy who summons himself for free tune as a level 7. But anyway, you get my point.
I'll go turn because I always get that red eyes back. That's it for the. A little bit kind of the same as I'm in the one. Okay, so we got the Dark Magician Dragon Knight, Dark Magician Girl Dragon Knight, and
like Girl Dragon Knight is a quick effect discard to destroy something, target a card, destroy it. Actually, it doesn't seem that bad, but by the time you get to it, you've already used like 4 cards, so I don't know, it's kind of bad.
Quintet Magician. Times you do.
What else we got? We're talking about these for a while. Oh, and we've got it now. Don't look. Don't listen. Look away. Oh, we can already skip. Alright, we're back.
Album.
Oh, we missed stuff too.
Rebellion.
Sorry, let me take it back.
Stock Dragoon. 2 of those.
2 Dragoon, that's good.
And then for that, we
want
Albion. The Rebellion. Nice. And the Masquerade.
Okay,
and that will complete the extra deck.
No Mirror Jade.
And then just as a side, some of the cards I told you about that I would show you.
No, here's a side.
Just that you can run to help you with the buy seals and Telements and stuff like that. So I'm
Wait, was he playing Albaz? He played, oh yeah, he was Aluba 1 and Aluba 1 Albaz.
I'm going to show you one card. So I have the Ghost Spell Haunted Mansion. That really helps out with the buy seals and Telements as well. Help a lot.
Moonlit Chill.
Take out a couple cards.
1 Gammy.
The rest of Prankatops. You can
1 Pank.
Contact C is a
Contact C.
So
okay.
They have
kind of like D-shifter, but not quite.
Side
1 Nibby, this is the side deck of 1-ofs. 1 Shifter, 1 Phantasme, wow. 1 Crow. Man doesn't know Bestials exist. 1 BLS, what?
I mean, it does target. And then
no Mirror Jade
like
Shed Riot.
And Ice Dragons cards, comments. Until the next one.
Weird.
Have a good night, guys.
Alright. What do we think of that profile? It's truly a cursed side deck with all 1-ofs. Very strange. Not really siding to beat any specific deck too, just a bunch of random 1-ofs. It wasn't like, oh, this helps in this matchup. It was just like, here's stuff. Here's my kitchen sink. BLS based. True. Big thank Late Night Gaming. Very based. I love that someone's like, thanks for the profile. It's like, thanks for watching. Very cute. No, my boy Rob's like, why you got so many 1-ofs? Oh, I think I need to get a drink. And then when I come back, we'll look at another one. Alright, I've returned, but I've returned and realized I need to go to bed. But thanks everybody for watching. We'll have to save the rest of these profiles for next time. Pardon me. I was gonna look at Slack for Slacker, who is a fan of the channel, watches the channel. He's a G. So I had these two profiles, Evolution Tay as well. These are good profiles that were gonna be like the fun ones to watch after, and then I found one more crazy budget $21 DM deck that's abysmal. But anyway, that would have been a bit of fun. But maybe we'll look at that next stream. But big thank for watching, guys. Big appreciate. Have a wonderful day/night. And yeah, I'm gonna watch some Dragon Ball Super and go to sleep. So yeah, I wish all my Super Saiyan gods a very good night. And yeah, I'm feeling a bit sheepy. Peace, everybody. Thanks for watching. And these will be uploaded as videos as well, if you'd like to see them again. Thanks for joining me in the chat, and I'll catch you next time.